to the Fandom Zone. It is I, General Zod, and tonight we are coming live to you guys from this new setup for the late night talks. Still waiting for most of my crew to get here. Looks like I'm still waiting for people to get here as well. Oh no, we got some people already here. Good to see you guys. We got a great show planned for all of you fine folks here on the Fandom Zone. Some great topics. I'm still waiting for the other people to get here, but while I wait, we have a special panelist here tonight. Go ahead and tell them about yourself, sir.
All right. Well, first of all, how do I see the chat, man? Because I can only see the private chat. Oh, is that from somebody?
Yep.
So we're going to see all the comments like that.
Yeah, and also too on your end, I don't know how to see it. I had to switch into the actual chat. I can see everything in my control room.
Interesting. All right. Well, I don't seem to have that option, but that's cool.
I am the Dancing Destroyer, the King of Sting, the Count of Montefisto, the Prince of Punch, the Master of Disaster, the one and only Sean Stackhouse. And you can check me out at Sean Stackhouse Reacts on YouTube and Sean Stackhouse on Twitter.
That's right. And if you don't like it, I pity the fool.
Fabulous. So I have Sean here with us tonight, and we will have the other people who are in the Fandom Zone coming shortly. So far I have Wicked and Friends Parody, Bizarro Productions, and Butterfingers. Welcome, guys, and yeah, we are doing the late night talks with Zod and PB. Oh, I'm missing PB. So we're gonna roll right along here and kind of get started. I'm sure the other people will jump in. I'm streaming a little bit later tonight, and Wicked and Friends Parody Bizarro Production says, "I pity the fool too."
Yes.
So yeah, tonight we are going to be delving into some interesting topics. I cannot wait. We've got some awesome stuff to talk about. So I'm just gonna jump right into this and kind of get going with the discussion, and I'll see people as they come in. The first thing that I have to talk about is going to be Amazon orders season 5 of The Expanse, which is actually, if you watch this show, or anyone who's watched this from Sci-Fi, which I have, it's a magnificent show. Problem was it was on Sci-Fi and the budget was not there to compensate for this amazing show. So they got picked up by Amazon, and Amazon ordered a full season. The season has done really well, season 4, so they ordered season 5. And Sean, have you ever seen this?
I've seen a couple of episodes. My issue is that it was a sci-fi show, and not sci-fi as in the genre sci-fi, but sci-fi as in, pretty piss poor quality shark, shark tornado or whatever that's called crap. I used to love the Sci-Fi Channel back in the day, but then they just took a dump all over themselves. So, and you said Amazon's picked it up?
Yeah, Amazon picked it up, and you can see like the quality went like straight up.
Well, see,
the production.
And recently, I've been trying to get through the first episode of The Boys. I've been distracted by YouTube and setting stuff up in Streamlabs and stuff. But have you seen any of that yet, Lee? Not to change the subject.
Yes, I actually have a video coming out. I just actually finished it. I started one episode and did not stop. I literally watched the last episode at work.
and this isn't a spoiler because I won't tell you who it is or how it affects their life. Aside from the fact there's this couple standing on a street corner and this speedster just comes through and obliterates this woman, and her fiance is just standing there holding her two arms in his hands, and she's just like a pile of goo all over the road. And I was like, oh, so this is what the show is gonna be. All right.
I just want to say, this was one of those shows that I misjudged based on how, because we read an article about this. As a matter of fact, here on the channel during one of our late night talks, and we all thought it was going to be a social justice warrior mess. And I've read the original Boys comics.
Really?
And it's,
Who thought
yeah.
that?
And it was a really good series. And to my great surprise, they did race swap and gender swap some of the characters, but not in a way that affects the story. The people they replaced them with were actually very good. And even the characters who were so-so, the writing is so strong, it makes the actor look better than they really acted. I mean, I'll be making a video and you guys can watch that where you'll see my breakdown of the show and the characters, and I'll go through each one, and they're the ones I feel the strongest out of the cast. But this is an example where the writing is so good that it makes the actors actually look better, even if I feel like they didn't fit the role. The writing was just so good. And what most people don't know is the guy who wrote this wrote the first 5 seasons of Supernatural.
Oh, Eric Kripke.
The writing was just so, I mean, no one realizes he's got some strong, if you go and watch those first few seasons of Supernatural, those are the best seasons, and there's really great writing there. And so when I heard him and Seth Rogen were collaborating on this project, I don't like where Seth Rogen's politics lie, but I know Eric Kripke's writing. So, and I know he's a very in the middle kind of guy. So when I started watching this and going through, I realized it was not SJW whatsoever. I mean, you're only on the first episode. It gets crazy. Like some of the shit they show in there. They even had reviewers complaining because he kept a lot of the characters the same. Like there's a hero in it called The Female, and people were like, oh, why can't they give her a name? But then he explains it as you go through the show, but it's hilarious, and I like that he kept that. And he gives, like, the character's backstory is revealed to why they just call her The Female. Huh. And it's very well thought out. Anthony Starr is in it, and if you guys don't know, he played on a great show, which I did do a review on, called Banshee. He played the sheriff / con man. And in this show, he is just amazing. Like, he is everything I pictured the comic book character in an actor. Like, he embodies Homeland. And, you know, as you go through, you'll see what I mean. But it's raw, it's visceral. The shit they do in that show, I'm like, I know this is a streaming service, but god damn, they got more balls in that show than Netflix has in like 5 of its shows.
Well, see, I would imagine with the streaming service, they have a little more leeway to push boundaries than maybe a normal network would. Because it's an a la carte type thing. You know, you're not forced to have when you buy a subscription to cable TV, you're not forced to take on, say, Amazon Prime. You know, in this case, you elect to buy Amazon Prime. So, and if you don't parent your children and they watch this stuff, then that's on you. That's not on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and I like the fact too, though, that with, even though Netflix is kind of that same concept, you see that they've kind of scaled down what they're doing. Like that crap they were talking about, getting rid of the smoking and Stranger Things, and cutting out the suicide scene in 13 Reasons Why, which is what the whole fucking show is about. So I don't understand the logic behind that. It's interesting that Amazon seems to be taking the different approach and doing stuff that that no one else is doing, and it's really quite groundbreaking. And really quick, I'm going to address the chat. We have Geekicidal Tendencies. Welcome. Yes, even if you never got into Supernatural, yeah, you could see a difference in the writing. I think if he was allowed to make Supernatural on Amazon, that'd be a totally different show.
Holy crap.
On the writing.
Oh, yeah.
That shit would be crazy because it already pushed the limits of TV. Imagine if he had, whew,
man, that'd be awesome.
I'd be in for 15 seasons easy. Slasher, what's up? Thank you. It's a completely new setup. Glad to see you. Jamie Vick, welcome. Hey, Jamie Vick, good to see you. So, yeah, thank you guys. This is the new setup that we'll be seeing. This is the late night talks, and the banner is up so you guys can see what we're talking about. We're talking about Amazon orders season 5 of The Expanse. Anyone who heard this the first time I talked about this, I am a fan of the show. I do recognize it was a sci-fi product, so there was less they can do. But Sean, man, if you got a couple of episodes off Sci-Fi and wasn't feeling it, watch it on Amazon. It's like night and day. Like, the quality is like way up. It's a little more visceral than it was before. A little bit more language. I believe there was a sex scene or two in it.
I mean that's no problem. I just want it to be a good show, and not wasting my time is all. And we have so much of that right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm feeling like, a problem, and I'm glad we're talking about Amazon. I think a problem that Amazon has right now is that Netflix and Hulu are, they're dominating the streaming market. And Amazon is coming out with this good shit, but no one knows about it. Like, The Boys, I actually found out in my theater because it was on one of those things, like the movie talk things before the show starts, and I was cleaning, and I was like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. But I think that show, once people start watching it, it's going to be like a Breaking Bad situation where it starts gaining more momentum. Because the shit's crazy. Like,
I hope so, because I'm about 2 seconds away from canceling my Netflix subscription because, I mean, everything that they're doing and putting on their streaming platform for original series just don't appeal to me. I mean, it's like everything they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've noticed a very left-leaning agenda-based bunch of garbage. I've seen so many of my shows' quality go down. Like for instance, I watched Sabrina. I was into the first season. It did have politics, but when you got past like an episode or two, it got back to the story, and I was like, okay, cool, and it was amazing. I got to season 2, and it was so bad, like I could not watch it. Like I got 3 episodes in, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's so in your face. And they did the same thing with Slasher. They put some stuff in Stranger Things, I noticed. I mean, it's just going across their general programming, and it's just bad. It's bad.
Yeah, and to be honest, man, I couldn't even finish the first season of Sabrina, man. It was just so in your face, devil stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to stick around for all this stuff. And the fact that the Church of Satan sued Netflix for the use of their statue or something, and Netflix caved and paid it, when Christianity and Judaism have had their images in movies for over 100 years and have been, reimbursed nothing. No, fuck that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so weird. I don't like to go with the religious angle. I know everyone's touchy about that, and everyone has their own beliefs and whatever else. But I fall on the end of Christianity, not to the point where I can't have a flexible view on things, but I do feel like there's certain lines
Yeah.
that you shouldn't cross into. And I gotta say, I gave Sabrina a lot of leeway. I did think, especially towards the ending, with how they went about it. When you get to the end of the show, it doesn't necessarily glorify the satanic aspect. It's more of a balancing between her wanting to be human and pushing towards the devil, and she becomes towards the end like a balance between the two. It was very interesting just how they played along with,
Well, here's the thing.
mythologies.
I saw like a Comic-Con thing before the show aired, and they specifically went out and hired Wiccans, and I have no problem with Wiccans, or what have you, but they hired people who practice witchcraft to be on the writing board of the show to make it as authentic as possible, and I guess that's cool, but it's a huge leap from the Archie comics, of yesteryear, and
Yeah, but the Archie comics did have a lot of occult stuff. There was
well,
some
when they
greatly graphic.
but yeah, the Archie comics did have a run of the chilling adventures of Sabrina, but it was not anything like. I mean, it was out of I forget the aunt's name, but every 5 seconds was Hail Satan, Hail Satan. It's like, come on, give me a freaking break. Can you not write anything better for this woman to say? Show some originality. And I was
Which
really excited for Sabrina because I love Sabrina.
No, which that I can definitely understand your point of view. It did feel, and I made a review for it. If you guys want to watch it, it's called Sabrina the Feminist Witch is the title of the review. And I did point out the things that bothered me the most was the like hard lined feminist views that you got. And then I did point out that some of this satanic occult stuff could have been dialed down, which is funny because in season 2 they doubled down on it. It's just like, but that stuff didn't really bother me. I was like, okay, I know from the first season what I'm in for. What bothered me was the fact that the agenda becomes stronger in the second season. Like, you have a whole storyline with the girl who looks like a boy. I mean, if you watch a couple episodes, you probably know who I'm talking about. Like, one of her friends looks like more of a dude than a chick.
You're saying dude looks like a lady?
Yeah, hardcore. And she has a storyline where she wants to be on the boys' basketball team. And now, here's my problem with that, because I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, why can't women do what men can do? The storyline sets up where the guys don't want her to be on the basketball team because it's a male basketball team and she's a female. They also make valid points like, oh yeah, the changing rooms and stuff like that. So she goes through this big thing. She gets the lady to change the rules. She gets on the basketball team and then loses. So I'm like, the whole point of the arc is kind of thrown away. And it's just like, it's writing like that. Like, they set up all these things that virtually lead to nowhere. And it's just like, it makes me feel you wrote it just to put it in the show. Not because there was not even a social justice point. It was just like a pointless storyline to fill in gap because you didn't have enough space in your episode, so you padded it out. It's like lazy.
Of course.
Lazy, and then you throw the agenda in there too because you think, oh, I can get this group to watch it and we don't have to write shit to make sense. And that's where I agree with you. Like, the whole Hail Satan thing, they like overdosed on it. And it's like, come on. let's get some good dialogue going. I know you can write them. I've seen it in other shows. It's yeah, Sean. I mean, I've seen a lot of quality in the Netflix shows writing just dropping for special effects and action and whatever else.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's really disappointing to me because as a Sabrina fan, I expected more.
I wasn't too upset that they changed it from the Sabrina we grew up with. I was more upset that they had license to do really amazing things. They could have focused on the aspects that she's a witch and her powers and maybe alluded to this satanic connection without getting too crazy deep into it and putting off a good vast majority of what your audience would be.
I agree with that 100%.
So to your point, yeah, I mean, because the religious part of me was like, I was like, God damn, man, even I have limits. I feel like this is like taking it to a whole new level. There's edgy, and then there's like edgy just for the shock value's sake and not for the writing. But getting back to the topic, which everyone who comes in, my banner has the topic. I know it's fancy. You guys can now see what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a screen share with you guys. And we're talking about the Expanse getting a 5th season. I'm super excited. Here comes Mad Squirrel. Welcome, Squirrel.
Hello.
You're right on time. We're on our first topic. I'm talking about the Expanse. And I was telling Sean that the quality has gone up from its sci-fi days.
Oh, okay. Ran across the
article today.
I
I watched the 4th season. It was amazing. They added new cast. They're amazing. They really expanded the world, and they took a big gamble because you could tell on the offset, like when you watch the show, it's an expensive show. It's got to be like hella expensive. Like the scenes in space and the ships and stuff. Like if you watch from the 1st season when it was on Sci-Fi, and then you watch the 4th season and what it looks like, holy crap. So the article reads, Expanse fans, no need to worry. Amazon orders season 5. And good news for boys fans, they ordered season 4. They're shooting it now. So the boys will be returning very soon with season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which, did you get through that, Squirrel?
Yeah.
I just finished it at the theater.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, I'm not saying anything yet because it's one of those shows where you want people to have time to watch it. Sean, did you watch that today? Or Sean? There? I can't see if anyone's muted or if Sean's in there.
Yeah, Sean. Oh no, he probably dropped out by accident.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Sean said he was watching it earlier. He posted about it on Twitter, so I don't want to say anything yet. But yes, I'm on almost to the very last episode, so I've been taking my time with it because it is good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a crazy show. I just finished it after you said it was good. I thought the thing that surprised me was how not social justice warrior it was, considering all the controversy it had around it. And then I'm watching it and I go, this isn't bad at all. As a matter of fact, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
They even had some reviews that bashed it because they called the girl in it female, which they explain in the show why they call her that.
They don't.
And in the comic.
People are whatever. I think people just like being angry. So that's
and Senate, I see you there. Thank you for the thumbs down and the middle fingers. And at the Senate says, dumb fuck. I saw you on Second Marvel Street's stream, so good to see you back in the chat, Senate buddy. I missed you. Anyways, we're talking about the Expanse. So 2018 initially looked like an ancient month for fans of the television's best sci-fi show in years, The Expanse. The ambitious sci-fi series based on James S.A. Corey's beloved novels had just the right mix of visual gusto, gripping action, and geopolitical drama, and an addictively tense pacing to keep us glued for its 3 seasons. We learned Belter, we podcasted, but then unexpectedly, Sci-Fi did what Sci-Fi does. It canceled the show ahead of its season 3 finale. Luckily, Expanse fans know the rest of the story. Less than a month later, at National Space Society's International Space Development Conference in Los Angeles, Amazon's CEO Jeff Bezos announced that his company would be saving the series and producing a 4th season as an Amazon original. And this weekend, Benzo and company had more good news. Before a single episode of The Expanse airs on Amazon this December, the show has been officially renewed for a 5th season, which I like Amazon because they've been renewing these shows ahead of time. So Variety reports Amazon made an announcement during the Television Critics Association Summer Press Tour over the weekend. The series showrunner to date, Miran Shankar, said that right? Will presumably keep steering the ship forward. Oh, there's Sean. Sorry about that.
It's Sean.
I don't get a notification when you guys pop in.
Yeah, it said I was backstage, so I was like, "We're the groupies, man."
Sean, did you get to start watching The Boys today?
Yeah, I started watching 2 times, and I got distracted because I've been doing stuff with Streamlabs. But I was talking to Zod about the first scene that really kind of made me realize that this was not your typical superhero shows. When the two people get engaged and they're holding hands, and this speedster like runs right through this woman, and this dude is left holding her hands in his hands, and she's all over everywhere else. I was like, okay, this is what this show is gonna be.
It's good though. It's one of those shows. It's a nice surprise. It's something new. It's something different. And I'm really glad that they've started it. The season 1 is now complete. It's for me. So I'm like on the last episode right now. But I love it so far. So
yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Very good.
Yeah, thank God they renewed it for season 2, because let me tell you, they're bringing back cliffhangers. I'm like, I hope you guys are confident in your products doing this, because I hate when they leave a show on a cliffhanger and then they go, oh, well, it's not returning. Good luck with that. But as I was telling Squirrel, there was an article saying that The Boys was greenlit for a season 2 and it had already been shooting. So it'll probably be out very quickly. So I was saying that they are, just like with The Boys, they've already renewed this show for a season 5 and will presumably keep steering the ship going forward. While pre-ordering seasons of television in this regard isn't a rarity based on its past, Netflix probably already has the Duffer Bros moving on season 5 of Stranger Things, for instance. The news stands out a bit more.
4.
What's that?
I think that'd be season 4 of Stranger Things.
Oh, they ordered ahead of time. They got season 4 and 5.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't realize they were actually looking that far ahead with that show.
Yeah, the show writers say it's going to go 6 seasons.
Oh, okay.
So they got I guess the people who make the show have a plan of how long the story is going to go. Honestly though, with the way that season 3 was, I'd say stop it at 5, because I had complaints.
Man. I thought it was, except they could have done without the whole never-ending story thing. But I like that song and I like that movie, so I give it a pass.
I just didn't like the romantic elements, and I thought that they should have brought back some storylines from season 2 because those are still up in the air, which they may address in season 3. And I don't know. I found most of the storylines boring except for the cop and Winona Ryder, surprisingly. I thought their storyline was the most interesting. The
I
kids
know,
kind of just did whatever.
ironically, her storyline has been like the worst.
See, for me, I found hers the most interesting in season 1. Season 2 was kind of and then those two together was far more interesting.
Yeah, I just didn't like the will they, won't they, hook up type thing. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, the romance in general in the show was just a big miss for me. All across the board, like the kids and stuff, they had a couple of funny moments in there, but for the most part, I was just like, come on. I did like the Russian Terminator.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
He was a standout for me too. And that first fight, him and Hobbs, or not Hobbs. I'm thinking of Hobbs.
You have that on the brain.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie's so long. It's so worth it. The news stands out a bit. What's that?
That's what she said.
God.
And Geek in Disguise is here. Geek, yes, I know, but according to an interview that I read, I think it was on IndieWire, one of those, they said they're going for season 5 or 6. So I'm gathering it's going to be how much money they make.
If Netflix keeps making money on it, they're going to keep producing it.
That's what I'm gathering too.
Because Netflix is not doing so well lately. They're hemorrhaging subscribers like crazy.
Yeah.
So if I were Netflix, I would squeeze all the seasons I could out of Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So the highlight of the article is basically that Amazon has adopted a different policy. Instead of doing its shows just season by season, they're ordering 2 seasons at a time. And I think that that's a smart business strategy because sometimes the first season of anything, or in this case, the 4th season, won't catch people's eye. You build up the buzz, and then you see by the time you get the subsequent next season whether or not it's catching.
Yep.
They even reference Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's first season, I mean, when you think Breaking Bad, it became a mega hit, won a bunch of awards. Bryan Cranston was a standout. It's a fabulous show, one of my all-time favorite television shows. Yeah, I put it as an all-time favorite show on television, hands down. And that show took a while to catch on. It wasn't until season 3 when people started going, you got to check this show out. It's crazy, when they had the 2 assassin brothers that came on the show, and they had Gus as, like, in my mind, one of the greatest villains of all time. Gus Fring.
Burton Guster is not a villain. You take that back.
And I'm gonna go into the chats, see who we got. We've got Nathan Drake. I like that name. He says IndieWire. Where's the link? And Hector Salamanca. Yep, Hector with the bell. Ding.
Oh, God.
That was the greatest. Okay, I'm just gonna say, and spoiler alert, even though, come on, if you haven't seen it, where the hell have you been? But spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't seen it, the scene where he rolls in with the wheelchair, and then just the way it's shot, the expression on people's faces, that is brilliant acting, brilliant directing, brilliant camera work. And you just see Gus realizing that he's been played. He looks and he sees the bell and makes a beeline towards the door and the explosion. Even the way they set the explosion, because I have all of the DVDs with the behind-the-scenes footage.
Of course.
They purposely set the explosion so it blasts outward and the door went like flying like that because they got like they talked to an explosive expert who told them if it was an enclosed place how the explosion would go. and they really blew up that door off of the hinges and everything. They like it was an old building, and they got like permits and permission to blow shit up in it. And like how the explosion goes outwards, and you hear the car alarms go off. I mean, all of that shit was like, I mean, dude, just amazing. Anyways, that's a discussion for another day. But what do you guys think about Amazon's business plan with ordering seasons ahead of time?
I think it can be risky. You know, is it a pay or play deal or whatever that is? You know, like because there have been so many movies, like Superman Returns when Nick Cage was cast as Superman. He got paid millions of dollars, even if because the movie didn't get made. So, you know, are they those type of deals where people are going to definitely get paid whether or not the show actually does go into a second season, or I mean, how is this all structured?
Yeah, they paid these guys ahead of time, and the writers, producers, everything. They threw money at the shows. They put the budgets aside. Here's the thing that's separating them from like a Netflix or Hulu. They also do shipping and things like that. And from how I understand it, they're working it to where both things are kind of helping the other out, and they have like an allotted budget for, like, say it's programming, and an allotted budget for the shipping and shit like that. And then they're pooling the money in from the two at the end of the year, which seems kind of smart.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So, if you're putting it that way, I mean, it's kind of an interesting business strategy, and it seems like you could make double your profits. It also seems like, though, you could end up screwing one of the two over if, like, say you come into a situation where something doesn't do as good as you're hoping. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it's risk versus reward. I mean, it shows they have faith in the shows they're putting out. I'll give them that. For you to order two seasons ahead, it's like they get these people and they have faith in what they're doing. And from what I hear, they don't do a lot of behind the scenes. They let the directors and writers do whatever it is they're going to do. They go, okay, here's your money. We're going to give you 2 seasons to do it. If it catches on, we'll continue from there. And if not, you know. And I think, too, it's a smart thing because if, say you go through season 1 and it's not that big, and then say by midway of season 2, it's still not catching on, you can go, okay, you know, we're going to cancel you, but we'll give you like one more season, but maybe less episodes to wrap this up, as opposed to just cutting it off and leaving people screwed forever and not knowing how the story ends. So I think it's also a lot better for, say, the consumer as well, because now we're not getting gypped on a cliffhanger. So,
sorry, I'm just doing I'm doing background stuff right now. So,
you know, I'm
and Geek brought up a good point. I'm gonna bring this up on screen. He says booking multiple seasons in advance allows them to film all in one sitting in a set frame, avoiding issues like scheduling conflicts. That's another good point.
I'm looking through all of this Duck Duck Goose website thing, and it doesn't seem like it lets you customize a damn thing unless you actually pay for it. Seriously, and I have a problem with that because I can do everything that you're doing here and more in Streamlabs and with Skype. You know, so they should at least. I mean, since Hangout. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, for someone like me who is not good with the tech, easier.
No, I definitely see I definitely see the market for it, but I think since there was a hangout apocalypse, coming towards us, I think they could have at least given people maybe like a 30-day free trial of premium features to see if it's something that they would have been interested in. And, because I mean, honestly, $20 a month isn't that big of a deal if it does everything you want it to do.
Uh-huh.
But I just think they missed the market there.
Yeah.
Because how I like some of the layout you have, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Squirrel?
I agree. I mean, I use I think like okay for like Lee's situation, like he's not very tech savvy. I
Sure.
say that with with love, but
Huh.
but I use Streamlabs, and I've enjoyed it because I can do my own overlays. I can add in photos. I've done other streams, whether it was just two of us talking or I could bring someone on. But and that's sharing whatever screen and just sharing application windows. That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And after you figure it out, it's like glorious because then you can do different overlays and settings and layouts of however you want. You can make any design you want to, and it's called like freestyle. So you can go for all types of stuff, or you can download free overlays. With OBS. There's a lot of
Especially once I figured out how to incorporate the NDI for Skype.
yeah.
That's
Some of this
really
stuff's a
cool.
little. At first, you're like, "Well, I'm not sure if this will work," and so you start test driving all the different layouts, and it always looks nice. Like there's always ways to work around it. I had more problems with using Hangouts with that because it wasn't recognizing certain application windows and all this other shit. All that stuff is fixed now. Um, but I really enjoy OBS, Streamlabs. I do think they have their hiccups, but overall, you have a lot more. But if you're not tech savvy and you don't want to fuck around with that all night, then
Yeah,
I
this is
guess
perfect then.
right, exactly. But yeah, I love OBS, so generally, I think it's a really great application. And honestly, I'd be willing, if there was ever a point where they're like, "Well, we have this expanded version of this, and just pay whatever," I would get it. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
me
mean?
too. Because tonight I figured out I set up a movie reviews section to where I can click on a button and it is playing just the trailer on a loop without the audio, and I can click back to my main scene that just shows me talking about the movie. Then I can press the button on my stream deck and it goes back into the video with no audio except for my voice. It's really kind of cool.
And you have a lot of the tools already because you have that soundboard, the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
All that works so well with Streamlabs
Mhm.
that it's I mean, a lot of people I know that use that, they've really fell in love with that. The whole idea of just being able to incorporate so many different applications, and it's honestly, as far as like screen sharing and being able to do all these things in live motion. Like when I was talking, I had an interview with Hale Sagan, and we were going back and forth, and I was able to pull up images right away and just put them into the lab and move them around or have them adjusted, and do it very quickly without having to disrupt the actual stream. And I love that. So it was very cool. I like it for that, the ease of everything and being able to
Yeah.
connect to so many things. Yeah. But you kind of have to fuck around with it a little bit.
You
But
do.
it's fun though. In the end, you're like, okay, now that I'm no longer pissy about
Right.
stupid stuff, and I am not like doing things to myself, like
Exactly.
messing with settings.
I think if you want to venture into the world of streaming
Mhm.
platforms like OBS, I think maybe you should start with XSplit because it's a lot more user friendly. And once you get XSplit under your belt, then you can go into Streamlabs OBS and you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's how you do this here. Because that's what I did. And actually, I started with Streamlabs OBS last December,
Mm.
and I was just having all kinds of problems. I couldn't figure out like the volume menu, and how to get certain things to play and things not to play, and oh, it was a big mess. And then I went to I went to XSplit, much simpler than I for the past month and a half or so. I've been doing all my stuff through Streamlabs. So yeah, it's and because of the Elgato Stream Deck, it makes things so much easier because you can set up all of your macros like your launch screen just in one button. It does your intro, shuts off your microphone, does your intro, blah blah blah, turns your microphone back on, and then puts you on your main screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fantastic.
I really like it.
Yeah. Sorry, Zod, we hijacked your stream.
So it's a track production is here. Welcome. I got a super chat from. Oh no, that's PD saying the fucking whistle. Too bad. The whistle is there. Okay, I'm working on it. Super chat from the Senate. Fuck you, yeah, mega cunt.
Damn.
From the Senate.
I'll be there in a second. I'll be popping into chat. I'm just I'm catching up over here. So
let's move on to our next topic. Disney Channel, first gay teen couple. I've got the article pulled up here, so we're going to read this. It should be riveting. I'm glad to see Disney is becoming progressive.
Huh.
It's
As
so
opposed
awesome.
to what they were, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's not like
Now
they haven't been progressive for the past, 8 years or so.
So let's go to this article here. It is from Out. That sounds like the perfect place for this article. Disney Channel's first gay couple. But sadly, it's come in the final episode of the show, Andy Mack. Seems like a quality show. I don't know if this is the gay person or if this is, but they both look like that. They are. Disney Channel's groundbreaking kids. And this is the thing that pisses me off that I want to highlight. Okay? Groundbreaking kids show. Okay? They want to include diversity, but they're putting this shit in kids shows. It's awesome, Disney. You're a family company. Great.
Well, I mean, I guess you want to indoctrinate young, man. I mean, if they tried to indoctrinate, okay, for example, like when I was in my early 20s, I was working at ADT. They sent us through like every year we had to go through like 2 or 3 days of diversity training, and a lot of it was just like, this is stupid. I mean, you just treat people how you want to be treated and you should be fine. But we were tested on how you should respond in certain situations, and if you didn't answer or toe the corporate line, you got in big trouble.
Yep. I recall those meetings.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, people? Come on.
And like how to report sexual harassment. I'm like, I'm like, I already knew this, but okay. And I know it's just to cover their ass for later, but it's a repetitiveness. And I think it's gotten worse.
Yeah,
Worse
for
and
sure.
worse.
For sure.
Oh.
So Disney Channel's groundbreaking kids show, Andy Mack, finally came to an end last night, but not without giving young audience one final step in a queer direction.
Did you say queer direction?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
The show has previously been praised for the thoughtful and realistic way it handled the coming out of journey of Cyrus Goodman, one of the best friends of the titular character. Cyrus first came out to his friend Buffy, you fuckers, who stole the exact spelling, by tearfully admitting he had a crush on Andy's boyfriend, Jonah.
So,
it wasn't until...
So Zod, question. Since
Yes.
Disney is celebrating its first coming out of a gay couple on their channel, when are you going to celebrate the coming out of PB on your channel?
Hilarious. Hilarious.
I mean, I'm just wondering.
I don't know. It's got to be a mutual thing, okay? You just can't put someone in that situation and expect them not to overreact. You got to talk. There's got to be some dialogue.
PB, come
We
out
got to
right
do a
now.
couple of
PB.
videos where we're both
Everyone,
conflicted.
your sexual preference. Come on.
It's a safe space. Everything will be fine.
You know, we gotta do a couple of videos where we do a lead up, like will he, won't he, and then bam, drop it. Maybe our 100th episode.
He's definitely the beard in the relationship.
Hey, I got a pretty good beard going. Or the startings of one. Cyrus first came out to his friend Buffy by tearfully admitting he had a crush on Andy's boyfriend, Jonah. It wasn't until the following season that he said the words, "I'm gay," casually revealing the truth to his former crush in the midst of his grandmother's, Shiva? What?
He's like, let me see here.
Just drop a house on my head.
And where are you reading that?
In the truth to his former crush in the midst of his grandmother's
Shiva.
What the
Grandmother
fuck is
Shiva.
that?
This is one of Zod's sources.
No, I did not pull up these articles. I didn't have time.
I'm not familiar with this show, so I don't know if they're talking about the god Shiva, or if they're talking about Shiva, something else. So I'm not sure. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know.
Shiva.
But in I love the words that they used, but in the final episode of the beloved tween show, it suggests that Cyrus might be about to embark on his first teen romance. Oh, how brave.
What did he do? There hasn't been a beloved teen show since Boy Meets World went off the air.
Amen. That's it. The arc with Corey and Topanga, classic.
Yep.
Topanga. Yeah, I was in it to win it. Cyrus sits with his friend TJ, who shares something nobody knows about him. His real name. Holy shit, the revelations are just stacking up. After TJ's revelation of his secret, he asks Cyrus if there's something else he would like to know, hesitantly reaching for his hand. Is there something else you want to tell me? Cyrus asks. Yeah. Is there something you want to tell me? Listen, this is great dialogue.
Oh,
yes, TJ says. He says yes. Bam. There's the compelling look. I'm not going to play it because I've got 3 strikes in one night for playing Pulp Fiction.
Wait. No, you didn't get 3 strikes, man. If you got 3 strikes, your channel would be deleted.
No, I'm joking. I only got a warning. And then they pulled the stream, but then they immediately put it back up.
What he really wanted to know is, could you please put your thumb and your index finger out as far as they possibly can go so that we can see the width and length of your girth?
The two finally hold hands and smile. And that's both the first and the last we get from the Disney Channel's first real queer relationship between 2 main characters. It is an appropriately...
I'm ashamed of
Disney. Oh, go ahead.
I'm ashamed of Disney because, they're the ones who have been pushing all of this shit down our throats for the past almost decade. And this is the first time they've addressed it on their own freaking network. Give me a freaking break. So they've infested properties and IPs that they've bought from other people that have been around for ages. So, they make them all SJW, but this is the first time Disney has injected a gay couple into their own original programming. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, from what I hear, because I don't watch Disney Channel because it's a bunch of crap, there's been other things they put in, but nothing this, I guess, earth-shattering. In a appropriately gentle moment for the show that's handled its gay character and his storylines in such a relatable human manner. And while fans are sad, this is the last moments of Cyrus and TJ and all of the characters of Andy Mack. It was certainly an important one.
Dramatic reading. This was such a
riveting.
dramatic reading. I'm telling you, very moving.
I know. I was like, holy shit, I am feeling this.
I'm about ready to step out into traffic.
This is but I'm so glad my daughter never liked Disney.
Dude, I'm glad I like Disney when Disney was still Disney.
Oh yeah, like the good old days. But I remember I went to the theater and I go to her, hey honey, what do you want to watch? You can pick anything. I go, Spider-Man, blah blah blah, Lion King, please God, don't pick that. And then she looked at me and she goes, Dad, I want to see Crawl. And I go, what the fuck? And
That's
I'm
my girl.
I was like, are you gonna have nightmares? And she goes, no. She goes, I want to see it eat people and stuff. I go, that's my daughter. So we went to see Crawl. And I did what any responsible parent would do. I put my hand over her eyes for the really gory scenes.
Sure you did.
And she absolutely loved it. So we're going to see 47 meters down on Cage next because she loves sharks. So, yeah, she wants to see Hobbs and Shaw. And, yeah, she's my daughter. Like, if I ever had a doubt, yeah,
I think I'm going to go see Hobbs and Shaw tomorrow. Oh, shit.
Sean, when you get done watching it, tell me it is not our generation or this generation's new Lethal Weapon.
Dude, you and I discussed this the other night, man. I thought this was going to be like a Lethal Weapon vibe since the very first trailer. So, yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
It's a trap production. Just put Zod, your daughter is a true Kryptonian. Yes, she is, and the future successor. When I rule the world. So, yeah. So, I'm sure I don't have to ask, but what do you guys think of this riveting programming that Disney has provided? This bold direction that the Disney Channel is championing amongst the tween population, instilling the good moral values.
I think Disney can kiss my ass.
And we have Mega Jetty here, says to all of us, hello everyone.
Hello,
just came
Mega
by
Jetty.
to say hi, leave a like, and remind you of my Beastmaster plus Blind Fury watch party at 2 p.m. Eastern today. I'm off to bed. Good night.
Oh, Beastmaster
Good night, Mega
is a
Jetty.
forgotten classic. I love that movie.
He's doing like
he
a
is
tribute
doing
show.
A tribute to Rutger Hauer. Everybody go check him out. I was actually on his stream today for a little bit in my martial arts get up. So I actually closed out 2 big deals while I was on the stream.
We don't discuss what you do in the bathroom on the stream.
No, I don't mean those big deals. Those were later. But yeah, I agree with what Curtis YZ says here. I mean, that's not bold. I don't know. Just make it normal, not cringe. Disney is cowardly. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, Disney is cowardly.
This is getting ridiculous with this SJW nonsense garbage push that's infecting everything. Disney is becoming the proponent of all of this bullshit. They're like leading the charge.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. And I don't know where they're leading it to because it can't end well. For one side or the other. I don't know who's going to win the culture war, but it's not going to end well for one side.
Yeah.
I think I've stated this with PB and Stig. We once did a stream called Hive Mind, and if you guys haven't seen it, check that out because we talk about the group think. And here's the problems with war, and I know this from personal experience. I've seen my fair share of combat. I've been in different conflicts. And you know what? Neither side wins, and both sides give up a piece of themselves fighting against one another. And I hope that we never have to get in the muck, but the harsh realization is sometimes you do have to get your hands dirty to fight these kinds of things. Oh, Sean popped out for a second.
Oh, he'll be back. He might be in the green room again.
Not yet. It's a dirty business, and I think no matter what, I think honestly the viewers are losing. Once again, Curtis YZ says gayness used to be normal. Now it's awkward again. Culture war makes me afraid to talk out loud. LOL. And it's true. Mad, we've dealt with these idiots quite a bit. You can't speak logic or reason or facts to these people.
I think
They don't want to hear it.
I think what's very frustrating is that I was just talking to someone earlier. It's like I wanted to have a couple of I do have liberal friends because like I said, I'm a political atheist, but I think everyone is full of shit. So what I but I like to have talks, I like to have conversations, but I find it's harder with not all, but some of my liberal friends, at least the ones that are vocal, that do want to do want to quote talk. They don't want to have a conversation in a public way, like they're afraid of their own party. Um, it's very, I mean, it's unusual. Does that make sense? Like they're vocal in private, but they're not vocal in a public setting. And it's kind of I told him, I'm like, that's kind of, if you take a reflection on that, I understand why you don't want to be cannibalized, but at the same time, fuck them, this is your opinion, you know. And I think it's sad because it's harder and harder to talk with them. It's harder and harder to have a genuine conversation, and not for someone to be worried about you're going to think they're a racist or they're a sexist or whatever the hell they want to think. I would rather just have the conversation. But if they can't even come to a middle ground where there's a mutual exchange, and they're frightened to have an opinion of their own because they're afraid what the group will do to them, then it's a waste of time because you can't. That's not a conversation. It's sad. It's just so sad. But anyway, I do feel bad about how crazy all of it's gotten. And it's just, I don't know. I did hear and listen to some highlights about the Democratic debate, and that was pretty scary. I don't know what the hell was going on. It sounded like grade school shit. I was like, what's going on? And you have your crazy Uncle Bernie. Oh, Bernie, they're going after him now. I'm like, oh, this is bad. I'm like, it's all out of control, man. There's no real communication going on. It's just like, name calling and puffing of the chest, type shit. So
I gotta be honest, I love watching them cannibalize themselves. It has been the best entertainment ever.
And that's the part that blows my mind is like, as we get closer to the elections, I think it's just gonna blow up. We're gonna see tons and tons of more people just going at each other. They are already, but I think it's gonna get worse. And then they're gonna
this shit's gonna get crazier before it gets better. And Butterfingers just put Sean was taken by Disney.
I knew it. Oh my, poor Sean.
So I guess tonight is late night talks with General Zod and Mad Squirrel.
Hopefully PB pops in.
And guess.
Oh man. Yeah, I updated all this stuff. That's what I was doing in the background. I was like, oh god. I had to work on the thumbnail because I was like, what do I put on here? So I was like looking. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. God. I listened to No Agenda the No Agenda show, or the No Agenda stream, and that's with Adam Curry, who used to be a VJ on what do you call it, on MTV back in the day. He did like the news to do with the blonde mullet, the huge mullet of hair. But he's been doing this, and it's he hosts with John Dvorak. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna slaughter his poor name, but John C. Dvorak, I think is it. And I love that show. It's like one of my favorite streams I listen to. They do it twice a week, so they do it on the news rolls. So they do it like Sundays and on Thursdays. So they always do all the highlights and stuff. So they deconstruct the media, and it's quite enjoyable. So I highly recommend it. And I'm not getting paid for that, but I love them. So because it helps break down what's going on in the news. They kind of look at stuff that's not being covered or not really discussed or not pointed out. And so I listened to that a lot, and they were going over all this nonsense, which is how crazy it's gotten. Like how crazy the liberal, like the whole left has gone extreme left, and now people who used to be normal centrists are now like normal. Let's say a normal Democrat, quote unquote, normal Democrat is now a centrist, and like you're the enemy. I'm like, oh my god, it's out of control, man. So yeah, I think politics is a plague upon the planet. So
Oh yeah,
yay.
oh yeah.
And you see it in the shows, you know. It's just,
And it's crazy because like now us small YouTubers can't even dream about talking politics because oh boy, be eaten alive. Look at all the shit that's gone down. Who's that one YouTuber that they always reference who spoke a lot of politics and what's his name? God, I'm blanking out.
who
Um,
like Rush Limbaugh or something?
no. I don't know. It'll come back to me. You hear his name thrown around a lot, but I forgot who it was because reasons in the day. So this is pretty cool. I'm liking this banner thing because I could just copy and paste things and put them on there.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been fiddling around playing with this thing. It's so great.
I liked it, and I like the options. I think this is a nice like alternative to, you know, if you have issues with technology, this is a very simple, easy, and fun way to like get all of the stuff that you want, all the extras, without having to do a hell of a lot of work, you know.
There we go. Curtis got the answer for me. Alex Jones.
Thank you. Oh,
That's who I was thinking of.
that guy.
And Steven Crowder. Same thing.
Frogs.
Yep, Steven Crowder too.
Frogs are gay. Yes,
Love
the funniest
Crowder.
thing, and the meltdowns that he's had, like the last time he was on Joe Rogan, I swear to God, that was hilarious.
I laughed so hard. They're making the frogs gay.
That was the funniest thing, man. I was like, wow, this has escalated quickly.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, I thought I was being punked when someone introduced me to the site. I go, this shit can't be. Yep, this guy's real. He's a fucking hoot.
Oh yeah, it's a cartoon.
So, I guess this is a good segue into a political thing. The trouble with Trump's tweets about Baltimore is that they are true.
I saw that article and I was like, oh my. But yeah.
So yeah, let's screen share this here for a moment. I love Trump. He is just like a nonstop source of entertainment for me. When I'm having a shitty day, I'm subscribed to his Twitter, so I just look at it.
And
it's gonna be a good day. So
yeah, like I swear, man, like I can respect his method of trolling. How about that?
If you look up troll in the dictionary, they just have a picture of him because, I mean, quite honestly, he masterfully trolls people like I've never seen. He's like an expert level troll. And he legitimately pisses people off. Like, I've never seen the left get this pissed in my life. I don't know if they're pissed because what he says is true or if they're pissed because they can't get rid of him or if it's a combination of both. But it is just downright hilarious the way he trolls these people.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys aren't up to date, Trump has made a series of tweets about Baltimore. And in his tweets, he's actually called some facts because if you've been there, Baltimore is a shit show with a very shitty mayor in charge. And so President Trump has recently tweeted about recent tweets about Baltimore. rats, the city's political leadership have ruled Washington and prompted another round of cries of racism from the usual race hustlers who are seeking out every camera they can find. But rather than focus on whether or not Trump is a racist, how about we focus on the man's words? Are they true? Yes, they are. Elected the first elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1995, Elijah Cummings has represented Maryland's 7th congressional district, which includes Baltimore City, for the past 23 years. Prior to that, Cummings was elected member of Maryland's House of Delegates, representing District 39, also Baltimore City. Beginning in 1983 in all, Cummings has represented Baltimore for 36 years. What has Baltimore to show for Cummings' years of representation? Here's a few examples of 2017. 13 high schools in Baltimore were found to have 0 students. 13 were found to have 0 fucking students. How does that happen? How do you have 13 high schools? High schools, not even grade school, preschool, fucking high schools with 0 students. That is a skip day to which these kids should get some kind of fucking award. Okay? Not a single one who were proficient in math, and about 3,804 students in all who took the state math proficiency test. Only 14 were proficient. Baltimore schools performed this poorly despite the fact the residents of Baltimore pay 3.2% city income tax. The maximum local law is already high tax state. Take that, further proof of throwing money at the problems doesn't necessarily solve the problem. Let's see crime. What were you saying?
Yeah, right. I'm agreeing. There's like points there.
And now let's go to crime in Baltimore. It's simply put, out of control. With over 2,000 violent crimes per 100,000 people in the year 2017, Baltimore, well within the most dangerous 1% of U.S. cities. There's only 1%. This is part of that 1%. They're actually making New York look like the safest place in the world right now. And then there's the rats, which I'm so sad because New York used to have that as its crowning achievement. Nope, Baltimore knocked this off. Baltimore is rat infested, causing some left-wing pundits to claim he was using code to refer to black and brown people. Yet once again, the issue is whether he was right, and he was. The city has a very real rat infestation problem. Baltimore rats have long been subject to commentary in the news and social media from both sides of political aisle. So that means their own people and just checking to make sure no one's in here. Their own people and the other side have both said that there are rat problems in Baltimore. Everyone from Barack Obama and Bernie Sanders to Ben Carson and Baltimore's former mayor, Catherine Pug, who resigned in May amid federal and state corruption investigation, have been outed on the web for having publicly commented on the city's filth and squalor in years past. A 2018 video has surfaced of Pug touring her miserable city and nearly gagging on her own words as she exclaimed, "You can smell the rats. Oh my God, you can smell dead animals."
I'm sorry. That's horrible. Just the fact that it's gotten to that point. It's like, oh yeah, there are dead animals, and it's like the second reign of hell. But oh, he's wrong. Okay.
And it gets better. So yes, there are rats. A lot of rats. So many rats that one of the citizens created a full feature-length documentary film about Baltimore's rats.
Oh my God.
The city and County themselves launched the Rat Attack program to battle the epidemic, and sadly,
What
without much success.
the fuck?
And let's keep in mind, the rats once carried the bubonic plague. Just saying. On Monday, Baltimore's local Fox Broadcasting affiliates WBFF was reported on Trump's Twitter storm when when as if sensing the opportunity for 2 seconds of fame, a rat ran through the frame, effectively photobombing.
It's so bad. You know it's bad when
Um,
you got rats
oh.
photobombing you during a segment about the city. That's bad. Just saying.
The Fox 45 reporters watch as a Black American pundit. I am often asked whether I think Trump is racist. I do not, but the answer I always give is that I don't care. What I care about is the truth. The point is overarching focus on race accomplishing nothing, and it's a focus simply on truth than is the case. Trump is unquestionably right. The Baltimore's political leadership has failed its constituents. It's inarguable. That's why those same political figures, along with race hustlers of the day, repeatedly pull out the same card they've been playing for decades. They get away with by accusing their own accusers of racism. They choose to focus on accusations of intent rather than the substance of the issue. Baltimore is steeped in squalor, and the Black community that bears the brunt of its inept, corrupt political leadership. Trump hasn't had time to cause that in his less than 3 years in office, but in less than 3 seconds, his tweet has shown a glaring spotlight onto it, and that bright light is causing rats to scurry.
Oh
So,
my god.
this is a great article. You know, whether you like or hate Trump, and you want to use the saying, you know, if you didn't vote for him or whatever, even a broken clock is right twice a day. It seems he's right more than twice a day, but in his Twitter storm and his attacking people, he does put truth in there, and he attacks them on shit that is true. Where you have the opposite side coming back with shit that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, he's racist. It's gotta be he's making references to black people because rats are black. No, you fucking idiots. The rats literally photobombed your shot.
That's such a hard argument. You're like, well, you know, we were busy in the middle of doing this news thing when this little rat just came flying by. Maybe that was Disney representation, I guess. We're reading too much into it.
The Senate just put, but you're never right, jackass, at General Zod's and himself. hey, I'm right twice a day. Whether or not it aligns with my show is a different question. I like Curtis YZ put blame Disney's Ratatouille.
That's fair.
But, yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous. Like, I mean, oh my God. Get your shit together, Baltimore. What's going on? I mean, they do have a bad crime rate there too, but it's so hilarious that their rat infestation almost takes precedent over their crime. I don't understand it. And this whole like reverse racism angle that they have going on here, it's like, you know, back in the day, this used to be a good card for them to pull because, you know, the world of politicians, but Trump isn't from the world of politicians. So, you know, it doesn't work the same. And they're scrambling, especially when someone who's supposed to be reporting against his tweets has a rat literally run in the frame.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's doing like, he's just like Curtis had pointed out, and I do agree with this, is that he's being given forms of ammo all the time, and the media chases every time he says something, and it's like when he's saying things, you should be actually paying attention to what he's really doing. So that's like when he's actually passing, let's say, attempting to pass legislation or trying to get funding or doing some backroom stuff, basically, that eventually comes out, and they're like, oh, so when the media was attacking him over this one tweet 3 weeks ago that they're still going on about, I don't know. It's just he knows how to play them, and it works every time. So I don't have any like what do you call it, remorse for their stupidity at all. Oh God, so dumb.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's really funny. I find it hilarious that these people, he keeps them on their toes, and it's great because while they're focusing over here, he's doing a bunch of shit over there, and he's been running it that way. And you can say what you want to, but the economy is looking better, things are shaping up, and no help whatsoever to Republicans or Democrats. So I'm to
There's
a point where I'm saying fuck them both.
There's a couple of comments in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm behind on chat today. Usually I'm on it. Jamie fixes. Is it racist because the rats aren't white? And then, um, going back down to some of the other ones, the Senate said yes, it's extremely bigoted. LOL. And Curtis said the normalized rats are in Baltimore. They're normalized now. Maura Leslie said, Miss Maura said, could just evacuate Baltimore and clean it with fire.
Yep, I'll put that up. I like that.
And then the Senate says, at Maura, is Baltimore near an ocean? If so, a tsunami would do just fine. Well, that's extreme. And then they're talking about reverse racism.
Yes.
Like,
Curtis YZ
Hmm?
made my point. SJW is reverse racist to me. They think they aren't, but they actually are in their attempts not to be racist. LOL, if that makes sense.
Wicked and Friends, he said, I'm partial to Ewoks. That makes me race as a Darth Maul flipper. Oh my. Escalated quickly. Put the statuses back and lets rats crawl on him. Oh, that makes sense. Oh God. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, man.
I mean, this is just hilarious. I find this whole thing great. It's just like these people are so out of touch, which is why this is why they look like assholes now. This is why this whole party looks like a party of assholes, because they are making themselves look foolish, and someone is actually spotlighting how they look foolish, and people are noticing it. Everyday people, voters, the normal people. It's just like the theory of why a movie does so well in the theater. It does well if you get the normal crowd, right, to embrace it, like Marvel has. You can pull off anything because they have normalized superhero movies for everyday moviegoers. Same thing with politics. He has started to normalize calling out their bullshit, and people are seeing it. And what's worse is they're highlighting it by trying to say it doesn't exist now.
Well,
Just like,
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of Trump by any means, but I do have to say he brings more things to light and for discussion just by having these comments. So at the very least, it's being brought to the attention of most Americans. Like, oh yeah, there is, like, real people fucking pay attention. And they're like, well, what's going on? Oh, I see.
So
just like San
you
Francisco.
guys were talking about our Lord and Savior.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Hello, PB. So glad
Whenever
you could
PB comes in hot, I just walk away.
Oh my God, you have no idea how many times and in different shows I've been hearing that phrase of "they're coming in hot."
You know, I'm
Especially
trying to
during
tell you,
Shark
more
Week.
people than we think watches the show. I've had this confirmed by Fatal J. Remember when we talked about Netflix stock?
Hmm.
No.
Go
Damn
on
it,
his channel.
squirrel.
Yeah, we did. We talked about how Netflix was having like it was one
No, you're
night.
supposed to not remember with me.
Oh, I don't remember shit. There we go.
Thank you.
So, anyways, confirmed. When I got a DM from Fatal J, and he said, "Yeah, I actually made a video after I had heard that on his channel about Netflix stock," and I was like, see, a lot of people watch
But,
our talks."
Mhm.
like, you prompted Fatal J to make a video?
No, the topic prompted Fatal J to make the video.
Oh, so somebody else saying something on the panel prompted him, because that makes way more sense.
Why can't I prompt people? Look at this awesome Arkham Knight shirt right here.
What is happening right now? At least he doesn't have the hat. At least he doesn't have the hat.
No hat today. I
You get to see the glory of the butter hair.
The silence is beautiful right there.
So we got Slasher. McSplatter says, "I'm eating ice cream and PB comes in. Hell yeah, good times."
Oh, I need some ice cream.
Oh man.
I got mint chocolate chip earlier. It was glorious.
Oh, I
Do
did
we
too.
have any?
I
Oh,
bought some at the
sorry.
store. I bought some Baskin Robbins, like the chocolate
Ooh.
chip mint one at the store, and then I got the waffle cones. It was the shit. So
Oh
yeah,
God.
most
I
beautiful
don't
thing
know if
ever.
we have any orange soda left.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Crisis mode. But yes, tonight I have matched the banners with their topics, and I've done several banners in advance.
But you can't seem to like get what do I want to say, comments up when you want them up, because I still see comments that flash up randomly and then you move on to another comment real quick.
Yeah, that's just my thing.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
I read it
Nobody
and then I'm
wants to
done.
see your thing.
So
Dude, we also have Twix ice cream bars. They're delicious.
Oh, those are good. That is
Super Cat.
God's work.
Right?
Nick Splatter is Nick Splatter, jackass.
The hell?
I think he just wanted to
McSplatter,
insult
it's
me.
McSplitter, jackass.
Oh, thank you.
Holy shit. LOL, for real.
And Morio says at the Senate, "I wanted to say something, but Zod messing up his name." Okay.
You skipped an entire word. It's fine.
Yeah. Do what I want. Anyways, the next topic of the night. The FTC settlement with Equifax is such a joke. The FTC is now begging you not to ask for a cash settlement.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think the reason why that's hilarious is that, like I don't know anybody. I was affected by the Equifax thing, like the breach or whatever they had 2 years ago. When everyone had their social security numbers basically stolen off of
Mm-hmm.
Equifax's crap. It's taken them 2 years to come to this, quote settlement that they're trying to work. They're working with FTC to do. And I don't know if anyone else in chat was affected by it, but they had offered people either $125 or a year of credit monitoring. And I already have credit monitoring. A lot of people I know already have credit monitoring for free. But Equifax has been assholes since the beginning of all this mess. I don't know if anybody else has been affected by the Equifax breach or not. but it affected like about half the adult population in the United States. So it's a huge deal. So basically now they're saying, oh, we don't have enough money to do a cash settlement with everybody, so just take the credit monitoring. That's basically the gist of this. And basically it's jacking people of money. And the FTC is full of shit, just like Equifax is. So I'm just like, I don't
What
know.
the hell does it mean to take the credit monitoring? What is that?
That's when they just monitor your credit to make sure there's no fraud. Like, somebody that might have jacked your stuff like about 2 years ago runs around with your social security number and
Aren't they supposed to be doing that anyways?
apparently not. No. Because if they
Oh,
had, then maybe their website wouldn't have been breached to begin with. Or whatever
so
the fuck was breached to get there.
we're supposed to take stuff that probably should have existed anyways instead of the monetary payout that you should probably be owed because you got screwed over.
Right. So
Wow, what a great
what they were
deal.
doing, let me tell you, in the beginning when this first happened, right, with the whole like, oh, sorry, somebody hacked and got all these social security numbers and stuff. The FTC is the Federal Trade Commission, and they're like the ones who regulate trade, and of course the credit bureau thing is a big deal because that's your social security number. They can access all three of your credit bureaus. They can access your credit. They can access anything. They can fake to be you. Let's put it that way. But when this first happened with Equifax, when it got breached, they had a disclosure in there or some shit. I'm gonna just summarize it. They had a disclosure in there that said, "Oh well, if you do this, if you sign up for free credit monitoring with us, you won't sue us. You can't come back and sue us." Well, they corrected the language right away because they got called out by attorneys and all these different people, and that was in the very beginning when it first happened. They also didn't notify people right away as they should have. Okay, when it first happened. So Equifax is full of shit from day one. But then fast forward to where we are now, they had offered this settlement, and you could get like $125 or credit monitoring, and then you could also charge them for the time that you put into like signing up for credit monitoring, or if you had to fix fraud on your credit reports or whatever happened that was associated with fraud, right, with the social security number being stolen. And basically what they ended up doing is realizing there was too many people going for just the money and not free credit reporting, which doesn't cost Equifax a damn cent. And they're just it's just like now they're trying to withdraw the cash payment at all. But it also, what this speaks to is that there's that many people that was affected by this, and the FTC did not settle the right amount with Equifax by basically letting the corporation slide. That's really your summary. And that article has like tweets and stuff like that from different attorneys that reviewed the language and of how they're trying to get out of it now, trying to pay the people a certain amount of money and all this other shit. They won't be able. They basically Equifax fucked themselves, and the FTC is fucking most Americans who had their shit stolen. So something that, let me just put it into this, like for younger people and stuff, right? Let's say you want to buy a house. If you have a bunch of crazy ass shit on there that's not yours, and despite the credit monitoring, you still have to fight with it, or you have to clean it up, let's say 5 to 10 years later, you can permanently fuck up your credit to the point where you'll never be able to buy a house because you won't have, or unless you want to put 20% down on a house, right? Or if you want to buy a car. I mean, this affects people long term. So the fact that Equifax is still trying to wiggle out of having to pay out a huge settlement of money is absolutely fucking asinine. So fuck the system, and fuck with Equifax, and fuck the Federal Trade Commission. NSA can write that down and come to my house. That's fine. We'll have a conversation all about it. That's fine. But it just pisses me off, man. It's just like there's so many people that were affected by this. So that's my summary. Sorry, it just pissed me off. I was like, these fucking corporations and their bullshit. So that's how much power Equifax has with their mistake. Oh god. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys were affected by the Equifax thing. I have no idea. I know quite a few people that were.
I mean, I guess not that I know of. At least not yet.
Yeah, I haven't had anything, but I have shitty credit, so come at me. If people want to fucking steal my identity, have fun. You'll give it back.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to be that kind of villain.
right? They're like, oh, his credit's not that good.
Think their aspirations are a skosh higher.
no Batmobile for you. Sorry.
It'll be like,
Oh, God.
you signed up for
More
world
like-
domination, but your credit score. Uh,
So they can give you a loan for a bat shopping cart.
Yo, I must have the Batmobile.
He'll be billed for a whole lot of Uber. There'll be somebody Ubering everywhere. No, I just thought I would bring it up though because it's one of those things, man, where it's just like I can't believe that this has gone on for so long and they're still nickeling, diming people, and in the end,
Well, I mean,
it's
technically
crazy.
less than nickel and diming if they're
Mm.
essentially being able to get away with a free service because they're already doing it. It's just a matter of spending the 50 cents to mail you the report.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're already monitoring you. They know who the hell you are. They know where the hell you spend your money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah.
They know if something's out of the norm.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things, man. It's just the FTC's done this. It actually did the same thing with Facebook with that last lawsuit that they had with Zuckerberg. So
What
they
that was $6 billion settlement or
yeah,
something.
which is jack shit. I mean, they
Like,
basically
okay, they're
let him
fine.
off
And he was
easy.
like, okay, here, let me pull out my checkbook.
Right.
Not
It
even
was-
that. He goes, "Oh, you mean the change I have in my couch cushions?"
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. And he makes so much money a month anyway. So, I mean, they let him off easy, and now they're letting the Equifax thing go off easy. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, but it's just I don't know. Time will tell how bad it gets. Let's say that. Like what comes out of all this in the end.
Well, at least we have something to look forward to, like this next great article. Oh,
Well, was that like a segue? Did he just freaking fist pump? Did he just fist pump?
Yeah, I think
Did he fist pump his segue?
I
Yes.
certainly did.
calling the
What
cops.
the fuck is happening?
He's like, damn right, Equifax, go to hell. Moving on. AEW, baby.
Yep.
Ding,
So
ding, ding.
AEW sells out TNT debut event in Washington, D.C. So our next article, let me do the screen share mojo.
Fancy
Mojo.
Mojo.
What?
Yes, mojo
I
comes
gotta,
from
like,
comic book.
zoom in on what you're doing here so I can watch you mispronounce all the names. Wait, what?
Another
sorry.
big all elite wrestling show has sold out the same day tickets went on sale. Tickets went on sale Friday for AEW's debut TNN television broadcast on October 2nd at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. There are some technical glitches right away on Ticketmaster, which led to some mass confusion. Numerous fans were reporting that the show was sold out immediately upon the on sale time. However, that was a glitch within the system. According to Dave Meltzer, the glitches lasted upwards. I hear you laughing, you son of a bitch. Of 90 minutes, with one problem being that Ticketmaster would tell someone they had tickets available, only one of the prospective buyer to find out minutes later that another used had purchased them. So, All Elite Wrestling, that's what it stands for? I was
Yeah, no, it
curious.
just sounded like you skipped the T in Meltzer.
No, I said Meltzer.
Okay.
Cody
Sure.
Rhodes tweeted that the show had sold out approximately 3 hours after they went on sale. However, AEW will likely be releasing more tickets in the coming weeks. as they tweak the arena layout and camera positioning. Here's Cody Rhodes saying, "Sold out. Thank you all so very much. Not give up hope on being there live. We should be
So-
lifting potential camera production holds as we get closer to the event."
Is this tweet before or after the glitch?
I think this is after the glitch, or maybe before it, because he said they sold out immediately, but there were glitches saying there were tickets available.
Oh. Oh my.
And then they go to purchase them, and they'd be like, "Oh, just we're sold out." And I could, because if this has happened to me with concerts, I could imagine someone go, "Motherfucker!"
Hmm.
As the
How
TN
long did it take them to sell out? Did it say anything?
Let me see. According to the article, it says that it is sold out approximately 3 hours after they went on sale. That
Wow.
is fucking fast.
That is. Jesus. Sorry, I had to ask because
I don't know if WWE has even sold out that fast.
they've been talking
Yes,
a lot
they
of shit about
have.
it. About the AEW. Triple
As
H.
TNT Debut gets closer, one would think that any tickets that open up will be closer to the entrance stage and on the hard camera side of the venue. We have reached out to AEW on an exact number as it relates to the tickets sold on Friday, but we would figure this show should surpass AEW's attendance figures from both Double or Nothing and All Out, the latter of which occurs later this month. The Capital One Arena has several thousand more seats than both the MGM Grand Arena and Sears Center, respectively. Thus far, AEW has put 5 seats on sale and 3 have sold out the day of the on sale. Of the 3 sellouts, this show in DC is the most impressive of all due to the timing of the event. A Wednesday night during October, both All Out and Double or Nothing, the company's other immediate sellouts were held on holiday weekends that made them more conducive for fans to travel to the show. As we get closer to October and more of the weekly television tapings are put on sale, we'll continue to update on AEW's tickets, sales, and demands. At this point, both show no immediate signs of slowing down. So, I guess the big question here is this the contender to the WWE? They've ruled wrestling. I mean, there's been no solid competition for years. Even when there was competition, there was really solid competition against the WWE. I mean, they had a dip when they had a couple of issues, but then they came back in the 90s and crushed their opposition in the 2000s. So, I mean,
What dip are you talking about?
there was a scandal back in the 90s when most wrestlers started leaving. Huh?
Give me years.
Shit. I was a youngin' back then. My
You're
father and
talking
my
like when
uncle
Bret
were
Hart went to WCW.
when all of them left. Actually, the real story was that the WWE had been outed for some steroid use and for an exec making a sexual pass towards a minor child. There was also labor issues hiring minors for shows. My uncle Tom was part of the lawsuit. He got a settlement out of court.
Well, I mean, miners are better at digging for coal than they are wrestling anyways.
So, I mean, this was all behind the scenes shit, but what had happened was that they were getting hit with these lawsuits, and then that's the part of why they don't tell you that the wrestlers started jumping ship. And another big thing was the steroids had been starting to come up, and all of the wrestlers using steroids in the shows. had become an issue as it does every so often. So that's why most of the wrestlers started leaving to go to WCW.
Okay, well, Scott Steiner didn't look like Scott Steiner when he was originally with the WWF. He
Yeah,
only
all those
looked like
guys
that
lost that.
after he went to the WCW.
Yeah,
All
if
of
you
wrestling has a frickin' steroid scandal.
what's that?
All of wrestling has steroid scandal.
Yes,
So I
but
don't understand why you are focused on WWF steroid scandal.
no,
Like
it
they all
was
have steroid scandal.
1994, the steroid trial. Yep, that was. Thank you, Slasher. That was the thing, and my uncle was involved. As a matter of fact, he was on Geraldo Rivera. They have a VHS tape of the interview. My dad does. I wish he was on the stream because he would tell you all about it. That's when they went to Disney World without me.
Well, that's a good choice on their part. They probably wanted to have fun instead of being watched by some ridiculous villain.
No, this was my turn to villainy. I think it all started when I was a kid.
Oh, this is what turned you into a villain. Okay.
The origins. Had I been loved.
Okay, let me go ahead and call bullshit real quick.
Slasher says,
No, this is not a real contender.
trial. Vince was brought to court, PB.
Okay.
Yeah. They had been
Trial and scandal are not the same thing.
yeah, it was a scandal that eventually became they went to court in the whole 9 yards for it. As a matter of
Okay, the
fact, that's
whole
how
10 yards was better, but that's not the point.
as a matter of fact, it was the reason why I got to go to WrestleMania and go backstage and meet all the wrestlers and stuff. That was all included in the arrangement my uncle had settled out of court. So, fun facts.
Okay.
The more you know.
That doesn't sound like a fun fact. It sounds like a halfway fun fact.
How's
Like
it?
the reason why you got to go doesn't seem like it stems from anything fun.
No, so it was the one of the reasons that when the wars between WCW and ECW and all of them started to happen, it was why WWE took a dip there for a minute, and WCW and ECW started catching up. More WCW, um, and then WWE came back and crushed
WCW
everyone.
was totally winning the late night wars until they were exclusively relying on all of the old guys, and the only original talent that they had was Goldberg. And then they broke the streak with a fucking taser and pretty much destroyed their company. And was like, you know how we can fix it? We can make David Arquette champion.
Which was terrible.
But I mean, okay, are they going to be an immediate rival to the WWE? Absolutely not. Do they have a chance to build towards that? Totally, because they'll be on TV finally.
Yeah, which is a big
Like
thing.
you could have said in the mid to late 2000s that TNA was a rival to WWE, but they were still at best. On the best TNA day, they were getting like maybe a 2.0 rating, and at least back then, on a worst SmackDown day, they would get like a 3.9. So they were still doubling them up. So if you're going to start a brand new show and none of the names are similar, except for Cody Rhodes is the only name, because I don't know what they're calling Chris Jericho. Is it just Chris Jericho?
I believe so.
Haven't watched any of their stuff yet.
I haven't watched any kind of wrestling in a long time. Oh, for the love of motherfucker.
Okay, thank you, Slasher. But yeah, they take somebody like Dean Ambrose and they call him John Moxley. That's a bit different. Like when that just is written out on paper and you don't get a picture of it, you have no idea who the fuck they're talking about.
There we go.
That doesn't sell tickets.
No,
Or
no, it doesn't.
Get people to tune in because you can only fit so much into a commercial. But they do have the some Saudi billionaire backing them.
Yeah, so money isn't a problem. But then again, WCW had Turner.
I mean, money isn't a problem except for the point that Saudi billionaires don't like to lose money. You're going to continue to lose money on something just because you like it. I mean, unless it's exclusively a passion thing, because then, yeah, they should be able to absolutely destroy WWE. If you're a multi-billionaire and all you want to do is have fun with this thing and you're not worried about, like, making money off of it so that you can, like, expand your company or anything like that. So if 1 month you happen to not turn a profit, it's not a big deal to you because you frickin', you know, got your voice out there. You were seen all over the place, whether it was, you know, free here or whatever. The next time people are going to show up, more advertisers are going to show up. So then maybe next month you end up making a little bit of money.
Yeah, I mean, everything like that seems like a risk versus reward kind of a deal. And with the WWE, that's like pretty much what they've done for years. So that's their trade. They're not really taking a risk, but these companies that start up and try to rival them, a lot of the times you have people that are starting them, and you know that's not what they do. So they get into this venture and they don't realize how much money you got to spend, the kind of talent you got to get, the marketing and what it takes to even put yourself up there to get on the radar. And then after you get on the radar, it's a matter of staying up there, staying competitive, getting all the newest talent, getting people invested in it, and keeping people there. I feel like the WWE has really dipped in the quality of their storytelling and their talent in general.
Says the guy who just said he hasn't been watching. How do you know?
Because I've watched long enough to know when it went to
Did you hear
crap.
that? He's like, I don't watch it anymore, but they've definitely dipped.
Because just sitting back, okay, I used to watch it avidly,
Ridiculous.
but I'd say after they started having when did I stop watching it? I'd say I stopped watching. I saw the Undertaker retire again, and then didn't he just come back or something? But I saw that last match.
Yeah, they're trying to make people like Roman Reigns more. Still not working.
I saw when they had him as champion. I've seen a few matches here and there, but
that was stupid. All of his matches are terrible.
He's just not interesting whatsoever. Slasher, welcome.
Welcome. He's here. Can he hear us?
Yep.
Slasher.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There you are.
Okay. All right. All right. So everyone wanted to know about the whole John Moxley, Dean Ambrose thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I mean, I understand how it works, but you can explain.
Well, the indie names, they used to take people off the indies change their names, copyright their names. Like they would Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins used to be Tyler Black when he was in the Indies, and then they used to take people into their developmentals, and they would change their names or either try to buy their names. So that's when when Dean Ambrose left, he was like, "Fuck being Dean Ambrose. I'm gonna go back to the John Moxley name." That's why a lot of people like that. That's why they do that. Like they still have a thing where Cody Rhodes can't be called Cody Rhodes when he's on TV. They just call him Cody. But
Oh, really?
Mm.
yeah, they just call him
That
Cody.
is hilarious.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Even though he's Dusty Rhodes' son, he still
No,
can't
right.
use he still can't use his father's name.
Oh shit.
But they run out of a lot of copyright things, so eventually they will end up calling him Cody Rhodes.
That's fucked up, man.
That's hilarious.
Well, they do dumb shit like that all the time. They own the name of the Dudley Boys. They didn't create the Dudley Boys, but they own the name the Dudley Boys.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
That's they're making that cash cow.
Yeah, exactly. The more
I
properties they
mean,
buy
there's
up, the more they
very
could.
right. There's very few wrestlers that own their names. Like The Rock owns his name, Stone Cold owns his name.
Yeah, but I don't know if he
Oh,
could use. I don't know. I know he could use Steve Austin. I don't know if he could use Stone Cold Steve Austin outside of it. That I don't know about.
oh, by putting all four words together.
Yeah, because he actually legally changed his name to Steve Austin. So there were
Okay.
certain things where people actually legally changed their names so they could, like the Ultimate Warrior. He legally
Wow.
changed his name. He legally changed his name to Warrior. So
Yeah, I know. He's a fucking wacky guy. That's what the steroids will do to you.
but yeah, I think AEW. I think they're going to be competition.
Oh,
There, there's
absolutely.
there's a lot of dwindling. You know, a lot of dwindling interest in WWE's product. So
Hmm. Yeah, that whole.
Well, yeah, because I mean, my best friend, who is a huge fan, said his favorite part of Raw at the moment is the 24/7 title.
oh Jesus Christ, the Benny Hill Championship.
Oh my god, freaking hilarious! First championship to ever be held by a pregnant lady that I'm aware of.
What the fuck?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, they're
yes.
doing. I
A
don't
pregnant
understand
woman.
exactly what's going on with that whole storyline because it seems very, very SJW and female forward.
No, it's slap.
Yeah.
That whole stupid thing is slapstick comedy. That whole
No,
stupid.
no,
It's
I'm
the
talking
hardcore. It's
about
the hardcore
Maria.
champion.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about Maria and Mike Kanellis
Oh, yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
No, those
That,
two and how
yeah.
she won the frickin' belt from him. Hilarious. But yeah, she's emasculating him constantly, all
Stupid.
the
That
time.
that that whole thing's stupid. It's the hardcore championship without hardcore stuff. Like
Yeah,
when
I know.
they
That's what
like
makes it
hit each
sad.
other in the face with fucking
Yeah, I
hardcore
mean,
Holly used to hit people in the face with fucking pitchers full of water and stuff.
I just watched Raw Reunion, and they had frickin' oh, what? Who the hell?
I
Briscoe
was
and
just
Patterson both won the title each.
I was just waiting to see.
I was
The
like, you
only
gotta be
reason I saw
fucking
that,
kidding me. They're old as fuck.
I can't watch Raw or SmackDown anymore, but I do watch the pay-per-views. and
I
I
watched.
watched that Raw. I watched that Raw just to see the condition of Scott Hall, because I'm always
And
curious
what did you
to
think?
see how they could prop up Scott Hall and get him to walk out there.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought he still looked like death.
Hmm.
But he walked. He didn't stumble. He
He
walked.
did. He
I
did
was
walk.
surprised with that. And they had
Somehow
him
he did
go
walk.
down a ramp too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like when they did the whole frickin' 25th anniversary show, I'm pretty sure he was at
Oh, they brought him out in during the commercial, right?
yeah, he was
Like,
at the
they went
ballroom,
to a
so he didn't have
commercial.
to walk down the ramp. He just had to walk out the flat frickin' thing and get into the ring, and it was not pretty.
But I think it was a commercial break, and then like he was in the ring. Yeah,
The fuck?
but it's such a shame too, because he's one of my favorites. He's one of my all-time favorites. He was the fucking man.
Well, I mean, Scott Hall or Razor Ramon?
Both of them.
No, you gotta pick one. Which one do you
him
like
as
better?
either. Him as
No,
either.
you gotta. Which one do you like better?
Yeah, because when he
Because
all right
when
when
I
he
think Scott
when
Hall,
he
I
was
think
when he was
NWO.
when he was NWO Scott Hall, he was almost exactly the same as when he was Razor Ramon. He just had a slightly less fake Spanish accent.
Mm.
It
Chico.
was yeah, but he still used. Yeah, but even as NWO Scott Hall, he was still like, "Hey yo," he would still do that. You know?
Hey yo.
That's
He
terrible.
would. That shit would crack me up when he throw his toothpick
The
in people's
toothpick.
faces.
Oh, that.
I
Oh,
would
hell
laugh
yes.
my fucking ass off. That was the
Hell
funniest
yeah.
shit I've
Hell
ever seen.
yes. Hell yes.
It'd be like, I would be like, dude, I would actually legitimately be pissed off if someone threw a toothpick in my fucking face. I don't know why, but it's just the whole saliva thing and it's been in your mouth. I would be like, this motherfucker.
But he also used to do like he would take off his gold chains, his Razor Ramon, and hand them to the dude at the side of the ring. And be like, something happened to this gold. Something happened to you. And then he flicks the toothpick in their face while they're holding all his gold chains.
And you know, at that point, you can't do shit. It's just like, this motherfucker. You got
Yeah, I mean, so the only, let's say, quote, legend that they have working with them is Chris Jericho right now.
Jim Ross too.
Oh, that's right. Jim Ross is doing the commentary. So
Good
I
old
mean,
JR.
shit.
And they brought him back.
If he's doing the
Oh, and
commentary every fucking week.
Yeah, but he's very disinterested. If you've watched the shows, he's half the Jim Ross he used to be.
Oh,
That sucks.
You know who they should bring in? The man who walked out of the WWE broadcast during that bullshit they tried to call ECW. They should bring fucking Joey Styles. His commentary was.
I don't understand why anyone doesn't hire Joey. Joey Styles is Michael Cole sucks balls. Michael Cole is terrible.
what do you
Why is no one-
mean Michael Cole sucks balls? Vintage.
No. Joey
also-
Styles. The funniest fucking
Yeah,
commentary
Joey Styles-
I ever heard was during
Hell
a
yes.
hardcore match when someone literally picked up a fucking kitchen sink and hit someone over the head. And he goes, "Oh my god, he literally hit the kitchen sink. Oh god, this is out of control."
But there was times where Joey Styles actually used to call the entire show by himself. He had no one else there to call the show with him.
And then they brought in what's his face? He used to be like Joey Styles. he was that he was
Which one? The one with the neck brace?
yeah.
The one with the neck brace? The one who used to manage the Dudley Boys. He used to manage the Dudley Boys. Yeah,
that
Joel
guy.
Gertner.
Yeah, he'd be like Joey, come on, always rooting for the bad guy. And he'd be like, that was fair. And he goes, you know that wasn't fair. He cheated. And he's like, I'm like, wait, how do you cheat in ECW?
Looks fair to me.
Yeah, how do you get a disqualification in an ECW match?
Yo, that I will never forget that when they DCW one night only, and then it was successful. So they brought they brought ECW back, and they called a fucking disqualification. I felt like Joey Styles because I'm watching
That-
the match and like everything's going good. It's what I imagined, and then they hit someone with an object, and the motherfuckers call for the bell, and I'm like, wait, what's going on?
I remember. It was the second one. The second one where it was Sabu versus Rey Mysterio,
Yep.
and then they just stopped the match. Yeah, I remember that one.
I was like,
That was fucking stupid.
wait, what the fuck? What? The match is over? How the fuck is the match over? The match has just started. You hit him.
In an ECW match. Yeah.
I was like, the match isn't over. This is when shit gets interesting. I want to see what objects he's gonna pull out next. He
Yeah.
used to pull out random shit for no apparent
You're-
reason.
You only go through one table and the ECW match is over. Yeah, that's when you knew it was going downhill.
Yep. I'm like, Vince just shit it all over. He just like shit it all over ECW.
I know exactly why he did too. Because he wanted to kill the ECW chants that were constantly going through the crowd. That's exactly why he did it.
He is an evil, maniacal bastard.
Whereas you are just.
And then he brought it back
C
and wiped
plus
his ass
villain.
with it. And then he brought it back and wiped his ass with it.
Yep.
He basically turned it into Sunday Night Heat.
Oh,
What do you got against Sunday Night Heat?
that's where the B-level action happens.
That's not what ECW
You mean that's
should
the
be.
only place that I could ever get to see Val Venus?
Where you could see Val Venus versus Gangrel in the main event.
Yeah, or The Godfather. I mean, that is where D'Lo Brown ran wild.
I can't deny I like D'Lo Brown chest protector. When D'Lo Brown had the
Exactly.
chest protector.
Frog splash.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. That frog splash was crazy, but no one had a better frog splash. A 5-star frog splash.
Oh yeah, Rob Van Dam did have the best frog
Man,
splash.
damn. The whole fucking show.
So, you didn't watch
Would you take
ECW
Rob
back
Van
in the day,
Dam's frog
PB?
splash over Eddie Guerrero?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that's a tough one. They both
No,
have.
Rob Van Dam, he would get fucking height, and then when he hit the dude, he would bounce off him. That's
Yeah,
why
but
Rob Van Dam had the
But
best.
he didn't look Mexican doing it.
Or there was one Extreme Rules match where he had, I think it was the best of matches, Rob Van Dam versus Sabu, where he had set Sabu up on the outside on the table. I think it was past the fucking barricade, and he
Oh,
would
was it
leap
the?
from inside the ring all the way the fuck out
Yeah.
into the fucking crowd. It was the sickest shit I've ever seen anyone do ever.
Yeah, I remember they had a stretcher match.
Jesus Christ.
They would
What?
jumping off the ropes onto. They would put the dude on the stretcher. Well, it wasn't a stretcher. It was a fucking. Yeah, it was a stretcher, and they were like bouncing off, like jumping out of the ring, bouncing off them left and right. Oh shit, yeah. PB, you didn't watch ECW back in the day?
No, not really.
Oh, you missed out. I mean, ECW in its heyday was doing shit that had
No, I wasn't
forced
from New York.
WWE to get extreme.
I'm
The
from
shit
the
they were doing.
woods in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I thought that people all over the place saw ECW. Anyway, Spike Dudley
Oh yeah.
Spike Dudley would take
Don't Spike.
weekly ass beatings from people 3 times the size of him.
Yeah, that's
And that motherfucker would win.
Sometimes he would.
Yeah,
Sometimes he
sometimes he'd get horribly beaten, and then the Dudleys would have to come in.
Oh, there was times where he wasn't even on the side of the Dudleys. There was times where it was him versus the Dudleys, where it was
Oh
like.
God, those were great matches.
I remember there was one where Spike Dudley versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Spike Dudley.
all right.
Spike Dudley is 150 fucking pounds. and Bam Bam
Bam
Bigelow.
Bam's only about 350, 360.
Yeah, and Bam Bam Bigelow picks him up like press slam and throws him into the audience, and the audience caught him and crowd surfed him around the arena.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Oh, you can go on to the WWE network and watch these matches. Just watch ECW, the history of
No,
ECW.
you can go on to the network and do it.
Oh, you don't have the WWE network? How the fuck do you watch pay-per-views? They don't show them on
Of course I
pay-per-view anymore.
do. Of course I do.
Oh,
But you're not going to force me to go on there and watch these.
you're missing out, man. You're missing out on
No,
some
I'm not
extreme
missing
shit.
out. I
They
have
even
to
had
pay
Undertaker in a
attention
match.
to what's happening nowadays with, people going after Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's a fucking futile pursuit. He's still one of the people that I actually like is Brock Lesnar.
How could you really like that guy?
I
Because
don't know.
Paul
There's just something about
Heyman
him.
is his advocate. Come on, you're ECW. You got to love Paul Heyman.
I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, Paul Heyman actually
He's the one who
fucking
made it.
yeah, but he let the company die, and then he popped up on Raw as a commentator.
Yeah, he was pretty douchebaggy with what he did. He basically sold out his own company. Made a
All the
lot of poor
ECW
choices.
all the ECW guys that were left up in the air were saying, what the hell is he doing as a commentator on Raw?
Getting a paycheck.
Yeah, but this is when he left them all up in the air about the future of ECW.
I didn't realize that they were up in the air. I guess they should have gotten a pager.
So ridiculous.
Or a paycheck.
They didn't have any money. ECW. They spent
why
it all
people
on
kept
barbed
leaving.
wire.
That's why people keep leaving them left and right, because Mike Awesome. When Mike Awesome screwed them over and went to WCW,
You mean
yeah.
Awesome Mike Awesome?
awesome Mike Awesome. That's another one too, man. That guy used to have fucking. Oh, he used to beat the shit out of Spike Dudley, and he was like 300 pounds full of roids.
Yep.
And Spike Dudley was like me as a teenager.
A prepubescent teenager.
Oh my god.
With a
All
buzz
right.
cut.
Moving
Or did
right
he have
along
long
here
hair at that
because
time?
I am on a time limit, seeing as to I gotta
You're
get
on a
up.
time limit? I thought you paid for the yard.
No, I'm on a personal time limit because I gotta do cardio kickboxing tomorrow.
With all the old ladies. Okay.
So
This guy putting his banners up, and now he's going to say something, and then there's going to be the smoothest of all transitions. Let's watch.
I'm not really sure about this name, but it's the bitch who's making Black Widow. The film writer says she's not interested in adhering to comic
The
book.
film writer.
Yes,
Just
I
say
know.
her name.
I know her.
It's on the
last
screen,
name is
guy.
Shaker.
Yeah, what's her first name?
Fuck you, PD. Fuck you. You can read the fucking banner.
You can read the
But-
banner. Oh no.
Oh. You talking about Jacques?
Yes. There was more to this, but it didn't copy the whole thing. She said, "I'm not interested in adhering to comic canon or to trolling fans." So she was the writer, consequently, on Captain Marvel. You guys remember that masterpiece? Now she's writing Black Widow movie. Shit. Can't wait. Maybe Brie Larson will make a guest appearance. Wouldn't that make my fucking year? because I
Year
love
doesn't
Brie
rhyme
Larson.
with weight.
So
Great rhymes with weight, but year doesn't. Fail.
she said, and there's more to this. It says Black Widow film writer Jacques Schaefer. I'm not interested in adhering to comic canon that is discriminatory.
Wait. Is that a man or a woman? Because I thought it was a woman, but now that I see the name is Jacques, I feel like it might be a man.
No,
Jacques,
it's a
right?
woman.
Not it's not spelled Jacques like French Jacques, like with the QUE, like is it like
Nope.
that? Oh wait, JAC. Okay.
I
Black.
don't think it's
Jack.
a female Jack.
It's probably Jacqueline or Jacqueline or just short.
Oh,
Jackie,
so she's just a wacky bitch. Okay, keep going.
Wacky Jackie.
Black Widow filmmaker and writer, because this sounds much better. Jack Schaefer. I refuse to give her a shot. Fuck you. Recently stated she's not interested in adhering to comic canon that is discriminatory in any way or violates my value system.
What if she
And
has
just-
shit values? Is she one of these weirdos that accepts pedophiles?
No, but she is against she's against violence in comic movie because LB, the Lonely Banter, if you guys don't know, go check out his video. He covers this and talks about how she is against
violence.
the
in comic
discriminating in these comic book movies and the violence. But yet in Captain Marvel, she wrote a scene where Captain Marvel stole a dude's bike and essentially crushes his head.
No, man, no. You gotta. Then she needs to go make the fucking. If she wants to make a comic movie, she needs to go make the movie for fucking Dilbert.
So
If she doesn't want to do fucking violence, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Against
You
violence.
can't do Black Widow and not do violence.
Against
She
violence
punches
in a
people
comic
in the
book.
face.
So she made comments in an interview with Inverse where she expects to receive negative reaction. She added, "When people react with
No
hate,
shit.
it saddens me. I think it's a shame, but that's not where I want to put my energy. I'm not interested in the loud, sour grape voices." Black Widow. Schaefer did praise Black Widow's story arc in Avengers Endgame that sees the characters sacrifice her life in order to help restore the life of everyone's Thanos out of existence in Avengers Infinity War. On Black Widow's death, Schaefer told Inverse, "I cried like a baby. I was very moved by it." She continued, "It was a strange feeling.
Move my foot up her ass.
I have some proprietary feelings because if you are a writer who gets very emotionally invested in your work, which I think is most writers, the characters feel very real to you."
No, fuck it. I'm emotionally invested in the work. I've been watching her since 2010. Iron Man 2, motherfucker.
I love how this is triggering PV. So seeing her death in a movie that I didn't have anything to do with, it was a little bit similar to seeing an ex-boyfriend with another partner. That's a weird sort of removal.
What the
That
fuck?
feels
Oh.
You know what's funny
I
is
hate
before
that
you read
fucking
that,
feeling. Stupid bitches.
before you even read that, Trey Courtney in chat said she probably complains about violence in slasher films because women die on those movies. And Curtis agreed. He also thought it was Jacques too, or Jacques, or whatever the hell, instead of Jack.
Yep.
But a lot of women in Hollywood will play that card where they'll give themselves a unisex sounding name or a male name. Okay, so they can get in the actual door. But that's an opinion. I know that that's the reason why I like people like J.K. Rowling go by their initials. Okay, women writers have been doing that for a very long time, so they could get actually into publishing offices.
But against violence,
because I'm a bigot.
Violence in a comic book movie. Against violence in a comic book movie.
Yep.
That's like
because
being-
Unless it's against a white man and you need a motorcycle.
That's like
Mhm.
running a flower shop and being against flowers.
It's fucking true.
Slasher, that was truth right there. But her arc in the movie is wonderful. She would go on to provide some details of what we can expect in Black Widow and had
Sounds
quite a bit of
like
praise
trash.
for the close-up combat. The fighting in Black Widow is a lot of close contact, hand-to-hand combat.
When the fuck did Soy Cole get here?
It's very visceral. There's a lot of aggression and power in a very human way
Oh Jesus.
that I really find satisfying. It really exciting to watch, but it's very the polar opposite to the writing of superpowered characters.
The fuck
What
is
the
that
fuck are
supposed
you
to mean?
talking about?
Like, okay, there were no superpowers in the scene in Thor when he's fighting everybody to go try and get the hammer. He has no powers in that scene, and they're beating the hell out of each other. We're not going to be able to see shit like that.
The Black Widow film is expected to see Scarlett Johansson's
Fuck.
Natasha Romanoff go toe-to-toe with Taskmaster after descriptions on footage shown in San Diego Comic-Con revealed Black Widow faces off against a masked figure who mirrors her combat techniques. The movie will take place following the events of Captain America Civil War, according to Dave Harbour, who
See,
will
now-
be playing...
Oh, that is not when Budapest happened. Is it?
I don't know. I don't believe it is. Budapest was because they were talking about fucking Budapest and Civil War. Every time they're together, they go Budapest. Remember Budapest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go there every summer.
And they're like, yeah, it's a
Exactly.
shithole. Moving on. this movie
Hey,
happens.
nicer than Baltimore.
No, it's a toss-up. It's Baltimore, but in desert. This movie happens right after Captain America: Civil War, and those events do factor in. Along with Red Guardian, the Taskmaster film is expected to debut Yana Bova, who will be portrayed as Florence Pugh? Yes, Florence Pugh. I
Pew.
said it right.
Pew. No, you fucking did not.
Whatever.
Florence.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. Schaefer, who also contributed to Captain Marvel, yay! And will be showrunning the upcoming WandaVision, which I now won't watch, series on Disney Plus, which I will never have. Added, I wasn't a huge... Yeah, fuck Disney Plus. Fuck them up the ass. After Lion King, fuck you, Disney.
I love Lion King. It's glorious.
I'm not talking about the 90s. God damn it. I'm talking about the new piece of shit I had cleaned every fucking day. Hopefully that fucking
Hey, the
movie's
last movie that got out tonight was Hobbs and Shaw. Don't lie to the people.
done. No. Hobbs and Shaw is amazing. I gladly wait for The Rock. I stand with The Rock. I wasn't a huge superhero. So this is her pitch right here. I wasn't a huge superhero movie fan, but before starting to work at Marvel, but now that I'm doing it, there's so much opportunity to make a big positive positive statements, she continued, especially something like Captain Marvel and Black Widow, to have these female-centered stories. I just can't not be involved with that. It's just so progressive. So happy. Females forever. Schaefer
Can
would
I
go on
have
to
you
be-
not be involved with that because you sound like a wacky bitch.
That's what I'm going for. Schaefer would go on to detail about the ongoing experience with WandaVision and what it's like to be show running a TV series without previous TV writing.
Every
What
time
the
you do that
fuck?
voice, dude, I'm just gonna post this every time. You can enjoy it every time. I'm being covered right now, but still.
Schaefer states, it's highly unusual. It's kind of ridiculous. However, she adds, showrunning is the most satisfying role that I've ever had. It combines almost everything. While I think I will get back some directing at some point, right now, running a show, I feel like the luckiest person in the world.
Oh
It's
God.
really a phenomenal gig. She goes on to discuss the makeup.
Oh, 1 second.
Um,
Jamie Vick in chat says, sounds like she can't tell the difference between fiction and reality. That is absolutely true. And then Trey Courtney says, do these bitches realize Wonder Woman did it 2 years ago? Get over it, Disney. Okay.
Schaefer states the writer's room makeup is incredibly international. Yes, the writing room is incredibly international. And it is very much supported by
Incredibly
Marvel.
international. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my God.
Incredibly
Code for
international.
diverse.
That's so much meth.
And I felt incredibly strongly that we needed women and people of color and people of all backgrounds and perspectives in the room. I think that it is a fact the stories are better the more perspectives you have. That part right there hit me right in the field.
Hey, that last part, it might be true, as long as we don't hear this bitch's perspective.
Oh my God.
Schaefer
What
called
the
the
fuck are
super.
we listening to?
Schaefer called
A
superhero
moron?
film.
A moron. I'm just gonna say an absolute fucking moron. A moron who doesn't care about what the hell she's writing about. She
Hey
just
man,
wants
you
to
don't have to
fucking
rip
spout,
on
spout,
Zod that
spout, spout.
bad.
Yeah, I'm pouring some heartfelt sentiment here.
All right. I was talking about the source material.
Oh, it gets better though.
Don't put
This
that
is
on me, PB. Don't do this. Don't put that on me. Don't say I
this is
said
the crux. This shit right here had me rolling when LB was talking about this. So Schaefer called for superhero films to stop glamorizing guns and weaponry. She stated, I would like to
No.
see alternatives to violence in superhero movies. You dumb
Oh
cunt!
my god.
What
No.
do you
Oh my
what?
god.
Thor has a hammer. What do you want to give him? A bunch of flowers?
No, I mean,
are you
what, I
It's
guess
like
what
saying
they want. No,
it's saying I don't want to see romance in a romance comedy. That
Thor
can we get
has a
stuff like
hammer.
that?
They want him to go to Ecuador and build homes.
Oh, that's
Um,
right.
don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
He's got an axe too, so he can chop down the trees to do it.
For Asgardian refugees.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
They're all what the fuck, scrolls. They're building homes for scrolls on other planets.
Yeah, we don't know who's a fucking scroll.
That's true.
It gets better.
I'm listening to a fucking
I don't
scroll.
think it does. I don't think it does get better, but I think it's just gonna get worse.
Maybe I would qualify that by saying alternatives to glamorizing guns and weaponry.
Oh my god.
That's one of the reasons that I love Captain Marvel. It's all about inner power, and the destruction is not at the expense of human life. And I want to stop right here. This bitch says the destruction is not about the expense of human life. Does anyone remember that part when the bitch destructs a poor biker's hand That was not at the expense of human life. She didn't kill him. She just fucking crippled him so he can't ride. And oh
Well, I
wait,
mean,
took his bike.
obviously, well, she must mean by human life exclusively humans from Earth, because she flew into space and blew up an entire fucking spaceship.
Oh, cut
She
through that.
didn't go up there and
Oh,
say,
she
"Hey
cut
guys,
right through
look at
that.
me. You need to turn around and go home." No, she went up there and she flew through it lengthwise and blew up the entire fucking thing. 0 survivors. And then, what's his face? Oh shit, from Guardians
No,
of the
but
Galaxy.
Ronan.
you know, we
Yeah,
didn't see.
Ronan's like,
We didn't.
that they turned
oh
into a
my god,
pussy.
look at that whammon. We need to run away.
Oh shit. Mm.
Oh, and this is better
So
because
yeah,
finally,
I thought that human life was like humanoid, like when we're talking in comic books. Like, do you not care that the entire planet of Nova got destroyed by Thanos? Because that didn't come back after the blip.
No shit.
yep.
They're all fucking still dead.
Finally, she concluded by indicating she wants to change the world through film projects she joins. Fuck me. I choose.
Does
to
John
be
C.
part of-
Riley's children, are they human? Because he's a human, but he's got purple kids.
I choose to be part of projects that are about positive representation. We need to see women. We need to see people of color. We need
No.
to see niched experiences. And we need to see
Fuck?
different perspectives on screen. I choose to work with people who are interested in changing perspectives for the better and putting a world on
Oh
screen
my
that
god.
is something we can aspire to have conversations about, moving in the directions that will create a world I hope will be better.
So
for
much
my
fucking meth.
children.
Like, hold on. I totally agree with her. We need somebody that will do better perspectives. Because if we don't have somebody that can shoot these films properly, they're gonna look like shit. Like, we need the proper camera perspectives. Not
How
these
about we
stupid
get-
SJW fucking ideologies that they want to push down our throats.
How about
Of,
get
we don't
writers
want
that?
to.
How about get writers that care about the the actual content? That would be good. Yeah.
We have a
So
comment
much
here from
soy.
Mad Squirrel. So much soy.
Motherfucker, dude.
What was
Whatever.
that?
You know what? She's so fucking empowered. She has herself a nice little gender neutral fucking name, so she could have gotten in the door with her fucking man. Fucking send her back to film school with Ryan Roundhead. Fuck them both. They're all fucking crazy as fuck. I want diversity. You know what? I'm sorry. That requires writing skills and directing skills. You need to go
Oh.
back to the Hallmark Channel bullshit or the Lifetime fucking movie you got fucking nailed from, you crazy bitch. That is not. You don't belong here. Go back to Lifetime.
Is there a film school in Baltimore?
Good question. I'm sure there is.
I bet they'd appreciate it.
And you know what's great?
It's
The
run by
rats
rats. It's
I was
run
gonna
by
say the rats
by
have plenty of
thousands of rats carrying around film reels.
God damn. Sorry, that just pissed me off. She sounds crazy as hell.
All right.
Yeah.
How about this? I think this should be required for anyone who writes or even directs these comic book movies, especially these lesser known characters. Because who the hell knew who Black Widow was other than hardcore comic book characters?
Mhm.
Nobody.
Since
I had
Avengers
no
came out.
clue who
I
she
knew
was.
I knew of her from the 90s, and I didn't even realize she was that old of a character. I first saw her in the 90s when I was reading comics, right? How about this? You give them all a requirement where they actually have to read 10 different comics involving the characters. And then see what the hell they can make, whether they can make heads or tails out of what the character means. Is that too hard of a requirement to someone who's
Yes.
supposed to make these movies?
Yes.
It is. I
Yes.
guess it is.
It
I
would
guess it
require
is.
them to actually
It
fucking read the
shouldn't be
comic.
though. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't
Right.
be that hard of a requirement, but I guess it
No,
is.
I don't think I don't. I would rather they be able to give you either a summary of the character or explain the heart of what the character is
Mm.
without having to go and read 10 comic books to get the gist of it. They should
Okay, how
already
about
know who the fuck it is. Like Kevin
how,
Feige
how
knows
about
who the Marvel characters are. There's a
how about
reason he was in charge of it before it was even sold to Disney.
how about send them a Wikipedia link of the character's description? Would that even be too much? Like if
That
you
was
go through
I
like
mean,
the most
it
publication
research
wouldn't.
history
ever.
and stuff like that, yeah, I guess that would be
Yes,
easier,
because
right?
it's probably going to hurt their eyes because it's going to show them
Yeah,
violence.
yeah, yeah. It really is.
They're
Mm.
like, that's
Uh,
the Punisher?
uh,
Oh my
you're gonna
god, he's such a
have
brute.
A brute.
Punisher is gonna be shaking people's hands.
Like,
Oh my!
I
Oh,
know.
fucking group hugs and shit. Fuck, man.
I mean,
He's gonna be
Iron
like,
Man
guys,
2.
I was gonna kill everyone in this room, but then I realized that was very toxic and masculine of me. So I'm gonna give you all a hug and a handshake, and we'll talk
Oh
this
I
my
shit
would
out.
god.
I would love to know this ridiculous bitch's thoughts on every single scene that Black Widow is in Iron Man 2. Because when she shows up, they literally objectify her. And right after that, she beats up Happy Hogan.
I
Like
also
they
love
put her
how
on screen in lingerie.
Black Widow is an assassin, but we have to eliminate violence in these movies.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, we're
what
gonna
the
do a
fuck?
Black Widow movie. Yes, Black Widow, the assassin. We have to,
Nope, can't be killing everybody. Maybe she
She-
negotiates through her
yeah,
feelings.
she's gonna hand
Oh
everyone
my
Hallmark.
god.
She's gonna
Tell me
hand
No,
that
everyone.
I'm gonna
Mm.
tell you what they're gonna do.
I
They're
was
going to
excited
do.
for this until you sent this today, Squirrel. You ruined my day.
I'm so
She's
sorry.
gonna
I'm gonna
hand
tell you what
everyone.
they're
She's
gonna
gonna
do.
hand everyone Hallmark cards and let them talk their feelings out.
No,
I
what
mean,
they're
did you
going to
did you
do is
notice
she's
that
gonna
in the
do
group chat? It was the only one I
espionage.
responded to.
Yes.
She's gonna do espionage where she blows up buildings with no one in it. She's gonna beat up straight white males, and she's going to help women through their issues, and she's gonna help old ladies across the road. Greatest superhero movie ever made.
And she's gonna have grenades filled with cotton candy,
She's
and
gonna
it's all
throw
gonna
smoke
be
grenades.
it's all gonna be a happy fest.
Oh my god.
I was excited about this film till this cunt opened up her mouth.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
so was I. The same way, because I didn't really know Captain Marvel. I was excited for the Captain Marvel movie when it was announced because it was a new character. I was like, oh, a new character. Same way as I didn't really know Ant-Man. Like I knew who Ant-Man was because it's kind of in the title of his name what he's going to do, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you the difference between Hank Pym and Scott Lang. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that
But they
before the
also had the
movie.
They also had the power to do this for a while, where they would take these lesser known characters that only like hardcore to moderate fans from back in the day would know, that they had the power to do this, and now they're killing it.
Mhm.
and
Nobody knew who the hell Ant-Man was. Nobody knew who the hell Black Panther was. Nobody knew who Doctor Strange was unless you used to read the comics back in the day.
No,
And
see, and I had heard of Doctor Strange.
they made them mainstream guys. Yeah, there was a lot of people who didn't know who he was, but
So
yeah.
I vaguely remembered Doctor Strange from whatever guest spot he had in the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s.
It's kind of the same thing with Blade. When they started Blade, nobody knew who the hell Blade was. I didn't know who Blade was till they started making him popular in the Ghost Rider comics. when they started putting his
Okay.
movies out in '98. Like, I didn't know who Blade was until they started.
Yeah, it's Wesley
He was a
Snipes,
character from the
right?
'70s. Yeah, but he was a
Right? It's
character
Wesley
from the
Snipes.
'70s.
No, it's just Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, they made him specifically for Wesley Snipes to play in the movies.
Right.
It was
They
created
were like,
specifically for him.
Yeah,
oh, I can't remember his freaking name in Demolition Man. Shit.
Simon Phoenix.
Simon Phoenix, yes.
He had
Simon,
the coolest fucking name ever, Simon
Simon
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Well, John Spartan was a pretty badass name
John
too.
Spartan's a pretty good name.
I like that movie.
Movie
I
is
like
fucking
Yeah,
this one
sorry.
awesome.
from
Getting
Trey
reminiscent.
Courtney.
I
If
love
this
that
bitch
movie.
wrote Man of Steel, Zod and Superman would hug it out and talk their fifis.
Yeah, they probably would.
Well, you know, I gotta say, I would have appreciated that ending.
Yeah, you would have, because then your neck would still be in one piece.
True story. True story. But yeah, this is just a condition. Like, and everyone say to me, "Well, the new phase doesn't look that bad." I'm dubbing this phase officially Phase Woke. So
you dubbed it?
yes,
You started that trend?
yes, I did.
Okay, well, I
Phase
don't believe you if you're
RIP.
going to make yourself full screen like this.
Yep, this guy.
Oh my god,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
I'd say either Phase RIP or DOA.
But yeah, this is just very telling. I mean, we had signs of this, and you know, Infinity War, and I'll even say Spider-Man: Far From Home was kind of swan song for what the phases were. We're now officially in phase woke, people, going full SJW.
So if it's phase woke, you're spelling that WOC, women of color, and it's starting with a black, and it's starting with a black one, Black Widow.
Super chat from the Senate. Nah, Odin's movie blog said it first. Hashtag phase
Fuck
woke.
you, Zod. He's flipping you off. Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, love you, Senate. Always here to throw shade.
That's Zod.
That's odd,
Throw
yes.
shade at Zod. He doesn't
Specifically
throw shade at us
me.
because we're entertaining and informative.
So true. So true. I agree.
And
110%.
don't just leave the chat randomly to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He did
Man.
it again.
Did he? Son of a bitch.
Like, how is he doing it like as I say it? Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking guy. Like, I don't know who's in the first position now. Like, we don't even know who's
You
talking
are.
because he has
You're in the
welcome to
first
the fan.
position.
No, I am not in the
No,
first position.
they
I
put
think
me in
Squirrel is.
Oh, okay.
I think it's whoever
Oh, you're
joins
gonna
first.
do that? Okay, sir. Let me do that. Then you're gonna leave me with the screen. I don't know what to tell you. Hold on 1 second now. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, you get to be in control of the screen now?
Oh no, I wish I were, because I'd be putting up
Oh,
shit.
Because
so
the
have you
picture's gonna
figured out
be
how to mute him yet?
the picture's gonna
I
be
can't mute
entirely
it.
different, right?
Oh,
No matter who takes over, right?
Yeah,
no,
and
he
I
can
did.
still,
I did get a response, by the way, from StreamYards about the avatar thing, and they said that
ooh.
they currently don't offer that right now, but they will be soon.
Because Zod's
Oh,
the star.
don't offer it now.
Yeah, they're still getting stuff up and going.
So
'cause-
then why do they only offer white circles? That seems racist.
why can't they give us multicolored ducks? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Give us
Or
your
a-
ducks.
or a Pikachu. Come on, I want to be a
Dude,
Pikachu.
I literally was watching Detective. Fuck off, Sod. I'm everywhere. You creepy fuck. I literally just got done watching
He
Detective
pressed lurk
Pikachu before I
mode.
got
He's
in.
on lurk mode.
Yeah,
I
he's in
called this
fucking lurk mode.
yesterday.
I hate it.
Called this yesterday.
That's right.
Fucking lurk mode, and you called it. What the fuck?
It's the thing I made for is one of the thumbnails for Zod when he does
Yep.
his soy coal thing.
Fucking free. Fucking soy milk. Fuck soy milk. Only bovine milk.
But it's
It's the
filled
only
with
fucking milk I want.
beta male protein.
Oh my god, that sounds like gender fluid.
It probably is. It's white knight flavored too.
Oh my god. Yes, it's definitely. Then it's definitely gender fluid. That
Which
is
gender?
semen.
Which fluid of gender?
No, gender fluid is semen.
Pansexual.
Yeah, gender fluid is semen. I will never respect the soy coal.
Ollie,
Fuck.
what's he doing?
I don't know. I think he's back. Oh, Purpose here. We can't tell that you're here
Perp.
because there's a fucking banner up. There was just a new box that popped up.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
There
Did
he
you
is.
You see my name?
Yep, your name is I'm a retard. Weird.
I love this. I'm gonna abuse this.
Wait,
Star Wars is trash.
an actual box of soy milk.
Oh, God, man.
Super chat. He's everywhere, including on Disney's dick.
Oh, Jesus. How did it
How's
escalate?
everybody doing?
Hey, Perp.
What's up, Perp?
Chilling.
Oh, shit.
Well, what's it look like with 5 people?
It's
Okay.
the heck of a bottle of soy. Oh, it's gone now.
So that's what it looks like. So you can see late night antics completely. Wow, that's cool.
It would be great if you used some of the other backgrounds, Zod, that I sent you.
Yeah, how about you try some of the
Yes,
other
as I can
backgrounds?
open
Ooh,
my-
try some of the other backgrounds.
I can't because I can't open
Yeah,
my
just-
fucking email.
Just open your email.
I
Why
can't.
can't you just open your
You have to reset
just open
the password, don't you?
Yes, and it's on my old account, which is Binar304, and it's locked out. And it's
What
on
the
my old
fuck is
phone
this
number.
304?
So I can't get them to send me the code to unlock it.
What
And I talked to-
what is 304?
Is 304 the number of subs you have now?
I
don't understand.
The 304 was
No.
actually a friend of mine's number.
Oh,
Okay, then what's binar? Like you're non-binary or you are binary?
No, Binar was from Stargate.
oh my.
What?
Somebody's name.
Where?
Yeah, there was a character called Binar in there.
From where? You can't have
Hold on.
something named after something and not know where it's from. I named my dog after Stargate character. I'll tell you everything about him.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We
Perp
lost
hit the wrong button again.
Uh-oh. It's
Go
purpose
back
stuff.
to
He'll be back.
Oh,
Well,
What's his
Binar.
name there? Star Wars
you,
is trash.
Oprah?
That was
that
his
was
name.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he put Star Wars is trash.
Star Wars is trash. You should have put He-Man as trash. Missed opportunities.
Super chat from the Senate. Zod laughs like a fucking idiot.
See,
You
that's
said
love.
that with a lot of passion.
Zod,
you.
where's your hat? Where's your going through the Congo hat?
I told you he'd be. What the fuck is happening?
What?
He changed
Oh, the
his
hat
name.
and
Big
sunglasses
Daddy.
combination.
Oh my
That's
God. Jesus. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Big Daddy Perp.
I might change my name to that.
Oh my God.
I might
The
get my name
BDP.
changed. Nah.
Allegedly.
The Senate says, not that fucking hat.
Yeah, that fucking hat. The hat and the sunglasses. You look like you were like an alligator
Oh.
hunter. I like that shit.
Thank you.
An alligator hunter? Nah, man.
Or like
That's a bunch
you
of,
would be
that's
like
a
a
fucking
ministry,
crock.
like you were in a ministry cover band. I don't know if you know the band Ministry.
Oh my God.
Mura
That
Lisa
sounds
says,
more
at
reasonable.
General Sod has a charming laugh.
Has a ridiculous laugh.
Charming
Well,
laugh.
you know
Someone
what?
has to say
I'll be
something
back.
nice.
Okay. Oh, he'll be
He'll be
back.
back. He has to change his name again
So,
or something like that.
He has to change his
Yeah.
name again.
I don't know. Is that what you got to do? You got to drop out to change your name?
Me?
Yeah.
No. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. You have to. I think you do have to do that to like
Oh,
change your user ID.
Zod's gonna read this off.
Oh.
No.
Oh shit! Yeah, you are gonna read this
LB,
name.
welcome.
Holy shit!
LB's here.
I guess,
Yes. LV is here.
motherfucker, motherfucker.
Fucking
You're like,
double.
LV.
I
Like
can't
what?
tell because the banner is up. All I see is a white circle,
Oh
and then
my
it
god.
says, what does it say? Lonely
I'm going.
banter.
I'm going to be LB for the day or the night. I'm here
You
live
just
from a
have
lonely
you just
cave,
have to say that's trash a lot.
bruh.
Oh.
Oh, excellent. Okay, read this name off, Zod.
Milo. So, okay.
What's his last name? Milo who?
Lee, where
Says
did you get your
okay.
sources from?
Huh?
Lee, where did you get your sources from?
Oh, this is gonna be poetic. It's fucking beautiful.
Milo who?
Milo says okay after Warner Brothers told him he's too old to play Batman.
Like the Milo from Milo and Otis?
No,
That's a
Yep,
lot of
that
cat,
Milo.
he was
Use
in
your fucking imagination.
he was on that show Heroes.
And
And
this
this
is
is
us,
what's
which
his
is
what's his
a
last
fucking
name?
amazing
Like,
show.
Ventimiglia.
There you go.
Ventimiglia. What?
Ventimiglia.
What is that?
Damn
Italian?
it,
What the hell is
Slasher!
that?
You ruin all my fun.
Thank you, Slasher.
You saved him.
You're a
Okay, now
gentleman and
you
a
say it,
scholar.
Zod.
how dare I be able to pronounce names? Whoops.
No, I want Zod to say it now.
Oh, you wanted him to swim in the water without a fucking life vest. Okay.
I want him to
You're
zoom in
start-
on this article so I can actually see the words instead of being
They're
zoomed all
big
the
enough
way
for
out.
you.
No, you didn't.
The
Sure.
hell?
Zach
Milo
couldn't understand what he's
dreams
doing.
of being a superhero.
Milo
At least
who?
he did early this year when Warner Brothers were searching for a new Batman. The This Is Us star threw his name into the Gotham ring for much covenant role. Do I see myself? Fucking motherfucker. Milo was asked.
I couldn't fucking hold it together, man. Oh, I read ahead and I was like, oh, it doesn't say fucking Milo there. And I started snickering. I was like, okay, hold it together, hold it together, hold it together. Holy shit. Oh. And then he fucking pauses like, does not compute. Milo.
Oh shit!
Holy fuck! Oh man! Oh, that was gold. Oh, it made me cry. That was worth it.
A lonely man can't laugh.
Oh shit!
Best stream ever. I say to myself, we can't outdo ourselves.
Hey,
Yep,
Lee, can
we
you
are.
read? Can you say the title again of the article on the banner that's blocking the individual in the corner?
Are you trying to get him to say Milo Ventimiglia again?
No, I was just having him read the banner since it's covering the corner.
Def-
You know,
I can't because I can't swap from when I'm screen sharing back.
so you can't read the title of the article.
That's
No.
not his real name.
Milo Ventimiglia. That's his name.
Yeah, you can't say that 5 times fast. I bet
Milo
you can't.
Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. 5 times.
That sounded
Oh,
pretty
shit.
slow to me.
5 fucking times. Right there.
That
Milo
sounded
Do it in front of the
Ventimiglia.
slow.
mirror,
Milo
though.
Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh, he's gonna
5
show
more
up at your
times.
house.
5 more times.
I will accept that one.
Ventimiglia.
Zod. Yay!
Oh, yay!
This Milo
Okay,
character sounds
after
like
Warner
he's
Brothers
only-
told him he's too old to play Batman.
Wait, Zod.
You
Say the
serious?
name now.
Yes.
Zod. What's his name?
Milo. Not.
You know who that is?
So close.
Oh my god.
This is why we have the most interactive chat ever.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. That's gold.
You know it's funny when PB laughs like that. You know
Yeah.
it's funny.
Mhm.
I didn't think it would be that easy.
Milo.
Fucker! And he comes right back with Milo.
Okay, so try it one more time, Lee. I'm sorry, General Zod. One more time, please.
Butch Magnus Milosevic.
It's Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Say with an Italian accent now.
Milo Ventimiglia. You're gonna say Milo Ventimiglia. Paisano.
Ventimiglia asked when talking turned to superhero franchises during his appearance on today's The Big Ticket, Variety, and iHeart's movie podcast. He certainly did, but Warner Brothers didn't. Ventimiglia said
I heard that.
they said Ventimiglia. Oh, is this article fucking with me? Like, seriously? This is some bullshit. Jesus
Oh.
Christ. You're too old. Like, seriously, that sentence was purposely tripped.
Holy fucking shit!
Oh my God.
Oh god!
The studio announced in May that the new Batman will be 33-year-old Robert Patterson.
Patterson?
Ventimiglia, 42.
Patterson?
Oh, you're getting it now.
42
Patterson.
insisted he has no hard feelings.
Who's
It's
Robert
okay.
Patterson?
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Ventimiglia
It does matter.
added,
Who is Robert Patterson?
by the way, I'm
Oh, you
kind
mean
of-
Robert Pattinson? The guy who they cast for new Batman? From
He
Twilight?
sure is. In addition to
Because I got
recently
confused
picking
when
up
you said Robert
another
Patterson.
Emmy nomination for his work on This Is Us. His new movie, The Art of Racing in the Rain, hits theaters on August 9th. Based on best-selling novel of the same name and directed by Simon Curtis, Ventimiglia stars in the
Nice.
film as Denny, a race car driver who faces tragedy after getting married. Amanda Seyfried plays his wife and becoming a father. Denny is a simple guy who loves his car, wife, kid, and his dog, which I'm looking forward to that movie because the dog talks. He's not a
Dude, I don't want
compliment.
to hear about a man loving his dog. That sounds bestiality-ish.
Ventimiglia said the dog is Enzo. Serving as the film's narrator, Enzo is voiced by Kevin Costner. Can't wait. It's going to be a stellar movie. believes he will be reincarnated as a human. He understands that he's a dog, so he's pretty much trying to do is soak up as much of humanity from this man and his family as he can. So in his next life, when he is a human being, he can apply everything and be the best human being. Ventimiglia said.
Well, that is not what I got from the trailer, but okay.
Ventimiglia will walk into the Emmys next month as a third-time Emmy nominee. He admits he'll be prepared with some notes for the acceptance speech. I may be standing up on a stage. I may be sitting in the audience, Ventimiglia said. I try not to get too far ahead, but also be respectful to the group of people that are assembled there. It's like go up and know that you're going to say and know what you're going to say in 45 seconds and move on. He's bringing his parents for the first time after they didn't take him up on the offer in previous years. I got nominated, and of course, they're one of the first calls. Ventimiglia said, I called mom and dad, and I'm like, hey. And I was just about to say, you're going this year. I don't care what you say. And my dad goes, oh, hey, we want to go this year. I'm like, oh, now is the year pop? You're not holding out for the Oscars anymore? These are the TV Oscars. You can listen to the full interview on this podcast. I liked him in Heroes. I think he does stellar work in This Is Us. But honestly, I don't see him as Batman.
The fuck is behind you? Robert Pattinson is on This Is Us?
No.
I thought he was Batman.
No, Milo Ventimiglia is on that show.
This Is Us.
I thought he just said that he was Batman.
Pattinson is going to be Batman.
Lee, green room people. There you go.
Yeah, I just got to the screen.
Okay.
Welcome back, Sean.
Hey guys. Make sure you follow me at Sean Stackhouse.
Way to go, Zod, you freaking punts.
No, because Sean was on here earlier.
Yeah, why would you think it's Sean? Why do you think it's Sean?
Oh my god.
Because the name!
It just says Sean Stackhouse.
I thought it was a little weird he didn't have the camera on because he had it on earlier. Yeah.
This is going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, how did you have the camera on earlier? The first thing was you two on camera and everything.
That's one thing I never need to see from Sean is his hair. Because that shit like threw me off. I was not expecting that.
It's his quality gray hair.
His
Actually,
Michael Bolton hair.
Dude, I didn't even know. I thought like he didn't have hair. I thought he shaved his head. You know?
Yeah.
So the other picture, I can't remember if he had like a hat on it or something. I don't know. I just thought
He's
he
got a
shaved
hat
his head.
on when he's pulling his Flash shirt open.
Yeah.
Or his Shazam shirt.
Everybody, make sure you go follow me on BitChute.
Hey, Sean. He-Man is trash.
Oh, I don't know what to say to that. I think you're right. Oh, I
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
I must go crack a
just-
corner now.
Oh my
You're gonna
god.
do it. You're gonna be all alone when you do it
Yes, I'm gonna go visit LB and be alone.
on Lonely Mountain. Or it was Mount Lonely. My bad.
Mount Lonely. Having some ice cream.
Oh, now I need to have ice cream. Damn it.
The Senate just tweeted out
Yeah, I see that.
on Twitter. He goes, "You've been replaced at the Lonely Badger."
I'm gonna go cry in a corner while listening to Michael Bolton.
Oh
Oh
shit!
my god. Yep, you've nailed
Oh,
it.
shit.
How can you cry when you listen to Michael Bolton?
Oh, don't get started. Slasher,
Mother of God.
don't start. You're gonna trigger the squirrel on the panel. So
Fucking- I like the fact that the one fucking stream I wasn't on, he's like, I know how to get squirrel back. Sean starts playing like Michael Bolton music and shit. Like, I thought I loved you, but I lied. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, that motherfucking Michael Bolton. Fuck Michael Bolton.
That's what I said. I was like, I thought you were trying to get her to come back. She's never gonna return.
Can we acknowledge that I catfished Zod like twice already? But like, with two
Yeah,
different-
he's a
That's
fucking
beautiful.
putz. Twice. Hey, Sean, glad to see you back. That one was epic. Jesus.
No, the
Hey,
LB
you
was
want-
hilarious. LB.
Hey,
was
Sean, you want to hear some interesting news? Scarlett Johansson is trans.
You.
I didn't know
Fuck
that.
you and the horse you rode on, you prick.
And if you'd like to see a good horror movie, General Zod has a review of Annabelle Homecoming.
And if you guys want to check out my channel on YouTube at Sean Stackhouse and follow me on Twitter at Sean Stackhouse and follow me at
His
Bishop.
channel is Sean Stackhouse Reacts. How can you not remember your own channel?
My bad. I had a Zod moment.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna lie.
Zod. Who wanted to play Batman again?
Milo.
Milo, what?
Milo who?
I said it enough.
What was his last? Then you can remind us, because I don't remember his last name.
Well, looks like you're gonna have to read the article.
I can't read.
Well, then you're shit out of luck.
It's Milo
No, that's-
It's Milo
You're supposed to lead us,
Scaramucci.
General.
It's Milo
Scaramucci.
Scaramucci.
He's related to Steve Mariucci. The third cousins.
Oh, here on the Fandom Zone, same channel, different
Now,
layout.
why are we? I got a
Bullshit.
question because you keep on. Why are we on the Fandom Zone instead of in the Fandom Zone?
I'll be right back.
Okay, Sean. I'll see you in a little bit, Sean.
Oh shit!
Answer me, General.
Because sometimes in life,
No. Sometimes in life, you learn how to speak English instead of Kandorian.
you know, I got a banner for this.
No,
Oh.
you don't have a banner for it. You're creating the banner. Like, I can see you typing. You're full screen. It's not like you even went into the Phantom Zone.
Onto the Phantom Zone.
Okay, it would be better if it would have said "cuz reasons" instead of just reasons, but okay. It took you that long to type reasons? Exclamation
I'm not
point.
the world's.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. It took me forever to say that because you had to put fucking 4 of them. Welcome to the Fandom Zone. I'm glad to be on the Fandom Zone because apparently we're not allowed to be in it. Oh, who's
Lonely
joining
man.
us now?
A lonely man is back. Back from my lonely walk down lonely alley.
Oh shit!
A lonely man had to get laid. I
How much did that cost?
Oh shit!
just about as much as my snacks. I got me some strawberry shortcake.
Did you have that ready?
Yes.
Hmm.
Motherfucker. I just find it interesting that he decided to, call himself Lonely Banter instead of The Lonely Banter. Big
Well,
Pimp Daddy
doesn't matter.
Palpatine. Up. What the
Man,
fuck,
Derek,
Zod? What the fuck, Zod?
what?
What do you?
What did you put that? Why did you put that on the screen?
Welcome.
Asterisk.
Oh my god!
To the fandom
Because
zone.
sometimes in life.
It says
Because sometimes
there's a
in life.
super chat from Big. Oh, actually,
Ooh.
PB, can you grab that?
Yeah, probably. If I look at my other device, because I'm too busy looking at this odd screen. From Big Daddy or
Mora.
from Big Pimp Daddy Palpatine.
That's funny.
Yes.
Shut up before you get pimp slapped with this electric hand, bitch.
Yeah.
And Mora responds. She's like, "Hello, Senate."
Oh, Lonely left to go
What
be
was
alone.
that thing? Yeah, you scared him away
Oh,
with all of your
shit.
supreme control.
Mwah.
Oh my god.
That's so much bitterness.
The maniacal laughter is
Disturbing.
lame. That's one way, sure. Yeah. Disturbing is one way to put it.
A lonely
Ooh,
man lost connection.
He's having internet problems again.
Oh my god. LB's gonna hear about this shit later and be like, "What's going on with all this? I don't
I
understand."
mean, bruh.
You can just steal somebody's identity just like that.
Put your super chat on the screen. I'm the pimp here. Zod's my new hoe.
Oh Jesus. Oh
I
god.
don't know, man. Zod's a black
Moira liked it. Moira liked it.
Oh, all right. We're gonna wrap this shit up because it's almost 5, and I gotta get up in 2 hours.
You better wrap it up if you got a new hoe.
Oh my.
So, anyways,
You ain't know where that hoe's been.
let's go down the line here.
Down the
Mad Squirrel.
line, it's a fucking W.
Down the
How
line.
is this down the
let's
line?
start
What fucking
with,
line? How is she in fucking first place in this line? What line are you looking at?
the one that's immediately on my screen in my control room. Go ahead, Mad
What
Squirrel.
does that fucking look like?
You can find me on YouTube at Mad Squirrel and on Twitter at SGT Mad Squirrel. Yep. And I should have a video up by the end of the weekend. The end.
Everybody follow Mad Squirrel.
Oh, thanks, LB.
And
Yes,
of
follow
course,
Mad Squirrel. She's
the
not-
lonely man from the Lonely Island making a guest appearance from his lonely travels. Go ahead and tell them all about your channel and where to find you.
Yep. This is the Lonely Banter, formerly known as Perp Minded.
You're the lonely banter.
No, but you can find me at The Lonely Banner at YouTube or Perp Minded at YouTube or hold on, Sean's in here somewhere. Yeah, follow Sean at Sean Stackhouse. You know, reacts, whatever. And you know, I'm going back into my lonely cave.
Oh, shit.
So, Slasher, tell them about your channel and where they can find you.
Slash from Splitter, YouTube, Twitter. That rhymes. Oh, that's good.
Oh, it does.
I think I'm gonna use that.
Twitter, YouTube, Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. I talk wrestling, comics, video games. Yeah, just
All the new stuff.
trying to have fun. Not be a negative person.
Okay.
But sometimes it is fun to be a negative person. I will say that.
Or a lonely person.
I might be lonelier than you. So
I disagree. I'm pretty lonely.
you said you
I
just went out and had a hooker. I can't.
I eat snacks by myself.
Well, if you go out and have hookers, you're you're still more sociable than I am.
BB, you got a super chat to read here in a couple minutes here.
Oh, where did? Oh,
It's
yeah.
angry.
We have no idea where that dirty hoe Zod was at.
Jesus.
Yep.
From
Sounds a lot like
Big
someone else I
Imp
know.
Daddy Palpatine. You dirty fuck Zod.
Oh my.
And the curator, the commander, an overall pain in my ass. Go ahead and tell them about your channel and what kind
I
of
mean,
wacky and crazy shit they'll find over there.
somebody's got to keep you in line. Yeah, I am PB, and you can find me at Pop Culture PB on YouTube and on Twitter. I just put out a video yesterday talking about how Game of Thrones just keeps getting dumber and dumber the more we learn about season 8. And apparently the dragon burned down the throne, and it's dumber than you can possibly imagine. It was a complete fucking accident. But yeah, you still go watch the video. You'll probably get a kick out of it. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But yeah. That's it. I guess we can move on to the general now. He's gonna talk for like 5 to 20 minutes about plug-in shit. Fandom Talks will be back 2020.
Oh, yeah, very good. This has been General Zod, what PB said, and I'll have 2 new videos out tomorrow. One on my analysis of The Boys, and
The other one is about how Terminator's trash.
absolutely. You're
So is
correct.
He-Man.
Stop flipping off LB.
That is not nice to do to a lonely man.
Like, you can't flip me off. I'm all the way on the other side of the screen.
Also, I have a Patreon, so yeah, you can go there, check it out. There's some rewards, and I am posting tomorrow my first vlog for all Patreons. You get to see the inside of the theater, and maybe see some
Posting
crazy
a vlog
coworkers.
for no one.
It starts with a dream. It starts with a dream.
That's for sure.
So anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been another wacky night. I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you, Mad. Thank you, Pop Culture. Thank you, Slasher. Thank you,
What
Lonely.
the?
Yeah,
Culture.
that's right.
How
I used the
dare you.
government name. And
My government.
and as always, you guys know the golden rule here on the channel. Kneel before
Never.
No fucking way.
Not today. No.
You're a dick.
Don't do it.
$50.
Watch more
$50.
anime. Watch more anime.